Hello, everybody, and welcome here to Bethlehem Christian Academy for tonight's competition between your Westfield Hornets and the Bethlehem Christian Knights. I am Brand Daughtry, being joined by Brett Taylor and special guest, Coach Chip Champion. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm great, man. How are y'all?
We're doing good. So we're getting ready for this kickoff coming here in just a few minutes with the ABE Group pregame show, and we will launch right into our starting lineups. Brett, do you have those?
Yeah, starting lineups for Westfield. We can give you those real quick. Brought to you by Sonova Securities. Obviously, at quarterback, number 9, Gavin Vining, coming off the record-breaking game last week, rushing on the ground. 2 running backs, number 24, Porter Falk, number 1, Walker Young. At split end, number 11, Ricky Black. Tight end will be number 16, Brian Greer. Fullback, number 44, Cameron Kalmbach. The offensive line looks pretty steady like it has all year long. Number 58, Andrew Fowler. Number 62, Cole Miller. Number 55, Luke White. Number 72, Tanner Roberson. And number 50, Seth Andrews. And just as a note here from a technical side, please be patient with us on the camera, especially when we're over here in each of the end zones. We're at kind of a disadvantage from an angle perspective. So, anyways, we'll take a look at our defensive starters here for Westfield. Defensive backs, you got 4 of them. Number 1, Walker Young. Number 3, Noah Blackman. Number 2, Brody McDaniel. And number 26, Bishop Smallwood. Linebackers look like this. Number 5, Ryan Powers. Number 8, Coleman Williams. Number 30, Brady Greer. And the defensive line, number 62, Cole Miller. Number 21, J.B. Bearden. Number 50, Seth Andrews. And number 78, Cal Langston. So those are the starters for Westfield. And I believe Brant has the starters. I'll run through them real quick.
Yeah, please do.
Starters for Bethlehem Christian here against Westfield tonight. On offense for the Knights will be starting at quarterback, number 19, Ethan Guthis. 2 running backs will be number 8, Chandler Cavaretto, and number 5, Josh Adams. The wide receivers, number 2, Ty Whitting, and number 9, Luke Sheets. At tight end, number 18, Lawson Wooten. And the offensive line looks like this. At right tackle, number 58, Jeremiah Helton. At right guard, number 57, JoJo Adams. At center, number 54, Jesse Hutchinson. At left guard, number 51, Cody Kraft. And at left tackle, number 78, Josh York. So those are the starters on offense for Bethlehem Christian. On defense for the Knights, they will defend Westfield in this alignment. You've got 3 defensive backs. Number 4, Ben Reed. Number 17, Connor Hilton. And number 2, Ty Whitting. At linebackers, number 8, Chandler Cavaretto. Number 6, Wiley Guerin. And the defensive ends will be number 18, Lawson Wooten, and number 51, Cody Kraft. And the rest of the defensive line looks like they're going to have 6 defensive linemen here tonight. You got number 57, JoJo Adams, number 61, Luke Roberts, number 58, Jeremiah Helton, and number 54, Jesse Hutchinson. So those are the starting lineups for both squads here, brought to you by Sonova Securities.
Yeah, like you mentioned it at the top of those starting lineups, Brett. Record-breaking game last week for Gavin Vining. We talked about it on the show, how well he was running. Ended up with 258 official total rushing yards, a new Westfield school record in a single game.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think that there's been a lot of good running backs coming in to Westfield, a lot of big-time running offense. And Coach Champion, you got to think that that's a major accomplishment for Gavin Vining.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He had a really good night the other night. We didn't realize that it was a record until we went back and looked at the record books and started adding it up. I'm like, holy cow, what a night he had.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, all the wing tee offenses you've had, I know since we've been covering, I mean, you think about the Chandler Duggins, the Reagan Wallers, all of the wing backs, all the Josh Jenkins.
Well, you had to go way back in the record book, too, to find that.
I'm sure you did, 1975, wasn't it?
Yeah. And luckily we've kept all that, and it's actually in the football program that we put out every year. It's hard to believe that the record stood as long as it did.
Right.
But, right now, Gavin's sort of the guy that makes us tick. Him and Porter Falk are the ones that really keep us moving on the offensive side.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to have captains here meeting. And Brant, I don't know, I think you can probably see it a little bit better than me. You're looking at I got a fuzzy window in front of me. So
All right, so I'm going to take you through the captains.
J.B. Bearden.
So J.B. Bearden, Ryan Powers, I believe, and
I think that's William Stringer out there.
it's 51 and
Yep,
72.
That's William Stringer and Tanner Roberson out there for us tonight.
And it looks like they're going to have all the seniors from Bethlehem out there as well.
Their senior night tonight. All these seniors were announced before the game.
Yeah, I think number 19, let's see. Ethan Guthis, the quarterback, will be out there doing the coin toss. You got number 60, who is Kevin Kaiser. Number 20, that is Chad Norwood. Number 58,
Will receive.
Jeremiah Helton.
Hornets will kick off.
Looks like, did Westfield win the toss and defer?
I don't know exactly how it worked.
I think what I saw was Bethlehem won the toss and elected to receive.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They won the toss and
so
took the ball.
that was the outcome that Westfield probably wanted anyway.
Yeah,
That
right.
seems to be what we do. So.
Yeah, I mean, you always wonder when both teams want to do that, why do you even have the coin flip?
Right.
But with the new COVID rules, now they can only send one captain out there and all that good stuff. So
Right.
sometimes it's hard to tell what's what out there.
Here, I'm going to set Bran up and let him have the roster for Bethlehem. And we're about set. We'll end our ABE group pregame show. And sorry if we sound a little dazed and befuddled, but we've got a thumping speaker right outside of our window. It's not quite as bad as having the band next to us at Southland, but nonetheless, your Hornets are on the field. Here come the Knights as well. And we'll see what happens here tonight. It's a big region matchup, Coach and Brant, and it's kind of a must-win for both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we want to try to keep pace with, assuming that John Millage is going to beat Creekside tonight to set up next week. And with as few region games as you have, they're all critical.
Absolutely, and what a big game next week could be for Westfield if they're able to win here tonight.
Well, and the
John
other thing,
Millage wins.
The other thing for us is critical going at seeding for the playoffs because if everything would have ended this week, we would have actually got to host a playoff game.
Right.
So you want to keep winning to keep ahead of the chains a little bit on
Heck yeah.
on those power rankings.
I know you gotta think that those seniors definitely want another game in the nest.
Sure. Well, obviously, you want to win a region championship. That's, always one of your goals. But then you want to make the playoffs in football, and then you want to get to host a game in the playoffs because you never know where you're going to have to travel.
Absolutely.
And, there's a lot of long road trips out there in the playoffs if you don't watch it.
So Sam Johnson getting set to kick this game off.
Number 14, Sam Johnson, to kick it away for the Hornets.
Back deep for the Knights. Can't get numbers on those young men, but we will.
The numbers are sort of hard to see.
They are.
Senior night 2020.
Yeah, I can't see him either.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights.
And the way we're set up, I can only see about half the field because of this wall right here.
Sam Johnson going to boot it deep. Going to be taken around the 25, fielded there, and looking for some blockers. Got a wall in front of him, and finally driven out at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
J.B. Bearden on the tackle.
Hey, I would say that's probably pretty good success right there for Westfield, considering they normally concede about, I don't know,
the 35 or the 40
35,
typically.
40 field position. So yeah.
Yeah, our kick return, our kick coverage has not been a
kickoffs
strength for us right now.
As good as Westfield has been this year, 6-1-1 on the season. Their kick coverage or their kickoff team has had an adventure every time out.
I tell you what, last week was probably one of the most complete games Westfield played all year long, in my opinion.
They played very well, especially on offense.
And I might argue for several years.
Tackled or wrapped up in the backfield and finally brought down by a host of Hornets. Gonna credit Seth Andrews for getting there first.
Yeah, I would say probably stop for no gain, maybe a half-yard loss.
A swarm of Hornets.
There you go. So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Bethlehem Christian to run on that defensive line up front for Westfield, and then you got the speedy linebackers back there as well. So
well, I would imagine that Coach Lane's plan of attack will be through the air mainly.
Right.
Going to split out 3 wide receivers, 2 of them stacked up on each other. Waiting on something.
Yeah, long count. Not sure what.
Maybe trying to run the play clock down.
Keep the ball away from us.
Right.
Yep. Well, and that's not necessarily a bad plan.
Nope. Quarterback draw. Doesn't look like it got anything.
Guthis.
Ethan Guthis on the carry.
Yeah, I think he gets out to the 35, so maybe picks up a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Knights. Westfield coming out and doing what they've done all year long, and that's play strong on defense.
Yeah, it looks like Seth Andrews again on the tackle.
Just not going to move those guys up front. The Cal Langstons, the Seth Andrews. When Andrew Fowler gets in there, it's another big body to try to move.
Those guys have really put on a bunch of weight and a bunch of strength, and quite honestly, we're pretty good sized up there, and it's hard to move us.
Right.
Gonna send a man in motion. Play action. Scrambling around is Guthis. Going to throw complete around the 45. Still on his feet. Past the 45. Down the far sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds. Pass complete to number 2, Ty Whiting.
That's enough to move the chains.
That'll be a first down around the plus 35 for the Knights.
Yeah, that looked like maybe a busted coverage there. Westfield got fooled and also let a receiver get behind them out there.
Now an official timeout.
It's official discussing something.
Yeah, somebody got hit over there and caused a fumble, but I think he was out of bounds
one of their guys was shook up a little bit. Joe, the trainer over there, taking care of him.
I was wondering if we may get one of those illegal peelback blocks on that play there.
Yeah, it was pretty close over there.
There was a couple of them that looked like you could have given, because you're not allowed to block against the flow of the play, I guess, anymore.
Well, yeah, you can't go backwards right now if you're blocking, and that's just one of those safety things, like a bunch of the new rule changes have been, and definitely good for the game.
I tell you what, last week, I know you probably don't want to talk about this coach champion, but that hit in the Georgia game, whoo!
Yeah, there were several pretty big hits, and that's what they're trying to take out of the game.
Picked off by the Hornets. Guthis.
And that's number 3. Is that Noah Blackman?
I think so.
Noah.
So Noah Blackman steps in front of it.
Yeah, that's a quarterback just predetermining where he's going to go with the football right there. And Guthis just kind of threw it in an area, and Blackman stepped in front of it. He saw it the whole way. And if you're Coach Lane and the Knights, that's not what you want to see happen, to give Westfield field position on the plus side of the 50. The Hornets have first down and 10 from the Knight 42-yard line.
So Gavin Vining in the Hornets offense going to take over with good field position. Going to send Falk in motion. He's going to get it around right in, and now he's got room in front of him, just running forward. Delivers a stiff arm, falls forward for a couple more, and he's down near the 20.
Yep.
On the carry.
Great play right there by Porter Falk, just outflanking him. Westfield fortunate. It looked like Ryan Powers didn't get set on the outside, but no call. That would have negated a huge run for Westfield, but nonetheless, it's first down and 10.
The jet sweep has been one of our go-to plays this year.
First down and 10.
Which I couldn't believe Gatewood did such a good job on most of the other stuff, but they could not stop the jet sweep a couple of weeks ago.
Especially in the second half. They didn't have a whole lot of answer for it.
Right.
Going back to that speed sweep. Falk the other way. Got some blockers. Now green grass in front of him. Still running, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets.
So last week it was a Gavin Vining show. Is it going to be the Porter Falk show here tonight?
So that's about 2 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown for number 24.
Yeah, not a bad average if you're looking at it from that perspective. Goodness gracious.
Well, and it's all set up by the interception and return by Noah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then that offensive line, I saw Coach Fowler post on Facebook today talking about Gavin Vining would be the first one to congratulate and give all the credit to the offensive line. Doing a good job up front on both of those plays.
Oh, yeah,
Creating
no
the
doubt.
room.
So Sam Johnson on to attempt the extra point.
Those big guys up front got to get some glory, right, Brent?
Absolutely.
Well, and that's probably where our most improvement has come over the last calendar year.
Kick is up and good. 7-0 Hornets.
And the kick is good.
So you got to like that as a football fan. The interception by Noah Blackman, kind of recovering after a busted play, and then 2 plays later you have 7 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. It's the exact start you want for Westfield. Now you got to lead. You also got to think about it in terms of game management. You get the ball coming out in the second half, so
that's big. That's an extra possession.
Right,
basically.
exactly. So you steal possession, and you also steal a score. And, you got to think that all the confidence in the world, all that momentum is over there on that far sideline with the Hornets. So we'll have the Swanson Restaurant kickoff here. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, but especially the Swanson Restaurant. Also, look out for our new Houston Healthcare commercial here tonight. The marketing team over there got me some new material. Very good commercial. I like the way that they, in this atmosphere of COVID-19 and all the stuff that's going on with it, it's good to know you got local options.
Kick it away.
Kick is underway. It's going to be fielded around the 20-yard line. Looking for some blocks. Westfield's coverage team did a pretty good job of getting down there, pushed him backwards, and it looks like it's going to be fielded or finally stopped around the 30.
Yeah, much better that time.
J.B. Bearden going to be credited with the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like also like Brooks Barber got in there on the tackle.
First down and 10, Knights.
So 8:57 to go here in the first quarter. Your Hornets on top 7-0 over the Bethlehem Christian Knights.
First down and 10 for the Knights from their own 28.
So now you're really interested to see how Guthis responds here. Threw a bad pick his last time out. Let's see what he can do. Got an empty backfield right now. I always say watch the draw from an empty backfield. Now they're going to bring a man in motion. Hand it to him on the sweep, looking for some blocks outside. Chase down from behind. What a great tackle that was. Let's get a number on that kid.
Was that Blackman again?
That's Blackman again.
I tell you what, him and Porter Falk are
poised to have a good game, aren't they?
They're jockeying back and forth right now for who's going to make the most plays in this game.
I think that was Coleman Williams who chased him down.
Was it Coleman?
Yep.
Well, and I told the PA guy here about who to watch for on offense and whatnot, and I was like, normally if you see a big play from the fullback position or you got one from the linebacker position, it's probably going to be number 8. He just got those wheels. Kalmbach's the steady guy, and then you got Coleman Williams who can make big plays out of that position as well.
Motion on the way. Play action. Guthis rolling out. Looking for somebody. Going to throw it downfield. Caught right at the first down marker. Makes one man miss, but tripped up by him at the 45. I believe Bearden got the tackle.
It's Brody McDaniel.
Brody McDaniel.
We got a flag on the play?
Must be one on the other side over there.
They're whistling something down like there was a flag somewhere, so I don't know if we got a legal man downfield possibly or either a defensive holding. It may be a sideline warning.
I believe they're talking to Coach Fitz about it.
They're talking over there about something, but I don't see a flag down.
You forgot to start recording at the beginning of this game?
No, it's okay.
So for those watching us on YouTube later, you have missed an interception and a touchdown drive for the Hornets.
No. The recording won't matter because we won't, as long as the broadcast stays
okay,
good,
you're right. You're right.
What did he say? Sideline warning?
Yeah.
On the reception after the 47.
I don't think there was any signal given for anything, so they talked to both coaches about something and play ball.
Yep.
So we're underway. 1st and 10 from the 45.
Bethlehem came back to that backside drag again and had some success twice now on that.
Seems like they like to move Guthis out of the pocket.
Yep.
He's got a lot more success, or at least early in this game, from outside the pocket.
Well, there's a lot to be said for that, just to be able to see.
Guthis under center, looks like an offset eye.
Long count again.
Yep. Handoff straight up the middle and piled up right at this line of scrimmage. I don't think he got anything. Maybe lost a yard.
Who is that? Cal Langston in on the play?
By number 16, Greer.
I'm going to give Brady Greer credit on the PA system, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it really matters. There was a a massive humanity plugging up that hole.
Right, I was going to say lots of Hornets up front.
Swarm of them, you might say.
Second down
Something to that effect.
and a long 9.
So 2nd down and 9. They ended up giving him about half a yard. Dropping back is Guthis under pressure. Tried to get a screen off. Not going to go deep. No one back for Westfield. In a foot race. Broken tackle, and that'll be a touchdown for the Knights. I believe that was number 5 on the reception. Josh Adams, the freshman running back, coming out of the backfield and wide open on the backside of the defense.
Yeah, that was a busted coverage by somebody. Not sure exactly who, but there was nobody anywhere close to him.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to set up a screen.
Yeah, Cal Langston red screen on that play for sure.
And then they just went deep. That's the second time they've gotten behind the Westfield defensive backs.
And Brady Logan.
So again, bear with us on the camera angle here. Trying to work around the facility.
Extra point is up and good. That's number 7. That's
So
Johnny
7-7.
Dickinson.
7-7 your score here. We will take a quick break and come back with the kickoff right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Houston Healthcare is an award-winning, multifaceted healthcare provider with locations throughout Houston County, including 2 hospitals, 3 urgent care med stops, Women's Center, Heart Institute, surgery and rehabilitation services, and a variety of physician practices, serving the needs of residents and patients from all over Central and South Georgia, with over 2,000 healthcare professionals committed to providing the best possible healthcare for our community. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care, closer to home.
Welcome back here to Bethlehem Christian Academy. Knights Field, as it's known, and Westfield has just had this game knotted up 7-7 on a long pass play completed to the freshman running back Josh Adams.
Well, I can tell y'all that we're broadcasting from one end of the state to the other. My bride down in Thomasville tonight watching us.
That is.
Well, hopefully Miss Leanne gets a good view most of the time during this game.
She's your worst critic. I can guarantee you that.
That's okay.
Slow roller.
Like most of our
finally
lives.
fielded it around the 27.
Hey.
Good job getting on top of it by Porter Falk.
Mine might be watching, so I'm saying nothing but nice stuff.
That's why I'm giving her a shout out. so I get home and the key works in the lot.
For the Hornets.
1st down and 10 from about the 29-yard line.
I tell you what, as well and as efficient as Westfield moved the football on their first drive, it really doesn't matter what field position they have if they continue with that.
Oh, well, yeah, if Porter Falk can keep busting off 20 yards a run, you don't really care.
I was thinking, say, what are the odds of us seeing another jet here in this series?
Looks like gave it to Billy Jack Gregory, and he slipped.
Slipped on the turf down there.
Yep.
Turf monster.
Trying to run the buck sweep there.
But I tell you what, I've noticed that Coach Fowler,
2nd down for the Hornets.
when he's running a play and they're not stopping it, he's going to keep running it.
Why do anything different?
Right.
Absolutely.
Why do anything different?
If they can't stop it, you run it until they can stop it.
Yep.
Let's cheer.
So 2nd down and 13 now.
2nd down.
You're behind the sticks. Let's see what they do. Fake the jet sweep.
Give it
on the jet sweep.
That's Bishop Smallwood, isn't it? Yep, that's Bishop.
Yeah, 26, Bishop Smallwood.
And Whiting on the tackle.
Going to give the credit for the tackle to Ty Whiting.
Tell you what, he had an opportunity to stay up, I think, on that run. He just kind of went down with the contact. He
had 3rd down and manageable 5.
Yeah, he had a chance to maybe roll ahead for a few more.
For the Hornets.
But again, like we talked about, Brant, getting yourself, when you had a negative play, getting yourself back into 3rd and medium is a lot better than where you were at 2nd and long.
Where it's manageable.
Right.
Vining keeps up the middle. He will.
Looks like he's going to get the first
He'll
down.
be
It's
close.
really
Very close. And we'll see where the mark is. As you said, is this an opportunity where you may go for it or at least try to draw them off sides?
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yep. Nope. It's a 1st down.
It's a 1st down kept by Gavin Vining. Now they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 39.
And it is a 1st down for the Hornets.
And Leanne's giving us props tonight.
Well, that's good.
Says we're doing a great job, or at least you're doing a great job.
Well,
I'll extend my great job that I'm doing to you, Coach Champion.
No, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Face for radio, man. Face for radio.
Hey, that's okay. I get dressed for phone interviews.
Give to Kalmbach up the middle and form tackled right around the point of attack by number 51.
I think they gave it back on this side.
Yeah, it was
to
the counter. It was the counter
to Porter Falk.
Yeah, it was counter to Porter, and Bethlehem did a really good job of that. That's, we've run into several teams this year that had no idea what was
last week.
Yeah,
Greenside couldn't find the football last week.
And that's the beauty of the wing T when run right. That counter is really tough to defend.
And that counter may not work right now, but look in the third quarter and let's see how effective it is.
And it's one of those things, you work on it all week and you work on it all week, and it's all about eye
Speed
discipline.
sweep to Falk coming this way, and that time pretty well tracked down by the Knights defense. Maybe got one.
Well, you can tell that Bethlehem's made a little bit of an adjustment, knowing that jet's coming. Now
Josh Adams on the tackle.
Now that's when Coach is going to bounce back inside with the down. As they start jumping out, he'll probably run it off of the jet motion.
Right. And we did that. We saw that last week with them running the jet motion and then running it right back up the middle, and it was
running the trap off of it.
Right. I mean, Georgia Southern had a big play out of the shotgun last week, running a similar deal with the jet motion in front.
Motion, Vining going to roll out, going to throw it deep, man open, got to fight for a first down. He's got it. And still dragging tacklers, finally brought down around the 30. That'll be or the 40, excuse me. That'll be a first down for the Hornets.
I think y'all missed it on the camera, but the white hat tried to tear his ACL there on about the 40-yard line.
Looks like he hit a wet spot out there.
Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah. Nice throw and catch, Gavin, to Noah Blackman right there. That's probably something that we haven't seen a lot of this year, honestly, because we haven't needed it a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, the one thing I will say about Gavin, he's got enough arm. I think he's just got to work on his mechanics.
Yep.
As he gets there, getting his feet up under him.
And quite honestly, as we talked about it before, his wheels are a lot more valuable right now than his arm.
Right. That'll be an offside. Must have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Yep. That's going to be a free 5 yards right there. That makes play calling a lot easier when you're dealing with 1st and 5.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you, if I'm 1st and 5 right here, and you may see Coach Fowler take a shot deep, I mean, the running game's been working, so why go away from it? But if you're going to ever take a shot, it's going to be in first or second and short.
I just have a feeling we'll just keep grinding it like we have been.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Going to put Falk in motion. Vining going to keep it behind Kalmbach. He's going to fall forward for a couple.
I think he got the first.
Yeah, he did.
They're going to mark him. They're going to mark him at the 30, and that'll be a first down for the Hornets.
Yep.
So that's 2 carries for Gavin. Both picked up first downs, I believe. Yep.
And that's enough to move the chains for the Hornets. It'll be first down and 10 for Westfield.
You never go bad with a first down.
Nope. Never mad about it.
5 yards of play, you're in good shape.
Billy Drag Gregory goes in motion. Vining going to roll out, going to flip it deep. Man wide open, just a little too far. JB Bearden couldn't catch up to it.
That was almost like JB couldn't figure out. He almost slowed up. Did it look like?
I don't know. It was
like he couldn't
hard.
figure out and gauge where it was going to be.
Yes. Either he didn't pick it up right away or something.
Look like Matt Landers out there.
Yeah, really.
Second down and 10 now from the 30.
But another play right there on play action. You've commit so much of the run if you're the defense of the Knights. And then, boom, right behind you, play action pass, and it was wide open.
That's what the wing T does to you. It lulls you to sleep a little bit in the secondary.
Vining on the option.
Breaks a tackle.
He's just so hard to bring down.
He's slippery.
He's slippery, yep.
Quarterback keeper. And tackled by Adams.
Going to go as an 8-yard gain. It'll be second down and 2 now. Great decision to keep there.
I mean, he turns a second and 10 into a third and short just from a great run. And he had contact in the backfield, and he's able to break through it.
Yep. And he's done a bunch of that this year. Billy
Jack Gregory in motion, going to give it on the return, and there's
again.
Porter Falk on the counter. dragging people, now runs over a man and brought down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8.
I'm glad y'all can see that. I'm blocked out by this wall.
I'm very close.
Yeah, and again, bear with us here. If they go in that right corner of the end zone here on our right side, it's going to be hard for us to pick up, especially if it's a pass. So hopefully they go to the left side.
You made to call down there and tell Coach Fowler to call it to the left.
Well, when I was in high school, I think left was even and right was odd. I don't know.
No, when I was in high school, right was even. Yep. Give to Smallwood up the middle. He's going to get a couple. Is he in?
2-yard line, I think.
Yep. Tackle just shy.
On the carry.
Smallwood on that inside give.
So right's even, left's odd.
Yep.
We need an odd call here.
Call the jet to the 9 side.
Yep.
And goal.
Yeah, I what do you call it? Transpose numbers all the time, so don't pay no attention to that. 65 is 56 in my book.
Yeah, we don't want to get any math.
I don't know what you're talking about. Here. Gavin Vining, quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Hornets.
Yeah.
Quarterback keeper.
That was about as easy as a quarterback sneak will get.
He would have been in from 6 yards out there.
Yep. So it is now 13-7 Hornets pending the extra point with 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
So this is shaping up to be a score fest if Bethlehem can hold serve on their next possession.
Yep.
It's already 14-7 or 13-7, and we're not even through the first quarter.
Had 4 possessions so far for both teams. 1 has ended in a turnover, and the other 3 have ended in touchdowns.
No punting.
No punting. Punting's boring anyway.
Nobody comes to watch the punter.
Kick is up and good. It is 14-7 Hornets. We will take a quick break and be right back with the kickoff. You're watching Hornet football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back to Knights Field at the campus of Bethlehem Christian Academy. Westfield has just gone up 14-7. We are taking you to our Swanson House kickoff here. Sam Johnson set to deliver.
Seems like we were just here last year.
Well, you and Brent were. This is my first trip to Bethlehem, Georgia. But I tell you what, I did come up to Loganville. It's not too much further up the road.
No, right, a rock's throw from here.
Right.
Excuse me, we're going to switch our kickers here. Landon Waller is going to take over these duties for this kickoff.
Yeah, I don't know. Sam went over there talking with Joe about something.
Well, hopefully Sam is good.
But he just left, so it must not be too terribly bad.
Yeah, I think Joe told him to go rub some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it and let's go. But that's a luxury we have in having 2 kickers.
Absolutely.
So Landon Waller running up to it. Going to boot it pretty deep. Fielded around the 30. Hit, bounce off 1 tackle, not going to bounce off the second. Finally wrapped up and tackled at the 30.
Up over the 30.
J.B. Bearden, the last Hornet to get off the pile, so we'll give him credit for it.
Bearden on the tackle for the Hornets.
So I think
out of 10 for the Knights from their own 30.
Sorry, I get distracted by the PA speakers.
Yeah, they're right there, aren't they?
Yeah. So if you're Coach Lane, you got to think right here. We got to keep holding serve with the score because this gets away from us. Westfield can really just grind the clock.
Well, and the success they've had has been the deep ball and the drag over the middle.
Right.
So he undoubtedly saw something on film he really liked with that. So he's coming out with a spread look.
Mm-hmm. Straight drop back, looking at his target, overthrown. Good job making the tackle after it by number 2, Brody McDaniel.
That's a good job just breaking on that route right there.
Yep. It's a short route. You can almost jump it and get an interception, but he did a good job of making it uncatchable, even though it was probably overthrown anyway.
Right, a little high, but like you said, the defender gets his hands up and kind of slaps at the arms.
Well, and part of it, too, is he hears those footsteps coming.
Absolutely. Right. Coaches will tell you you're going to get hit. Go ahead and catch the ball anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's not fun getting
easier
hit.
Said than done.
Easier said than done, exactly.
It's a lot easier to get hit with that ball in the center of your chest and your arms extended over your head.
Yep. Little speed option here. Cut back inside. This is the freshman again. Good job getting downfield. Number 5, Josh Adams.
Yeah, that was a great job of cutting back against the grain because linebacker had no shot right there of stopping and making the tackle.
Well, that and we had, our linebacker, Bryant Greer, slipped down right there. He was in pretty good position and had overrun it just a little bit. Being out there earlier, the field is damp from all the rain that we had, so just a little bit of slip, and he gets a decent gain out of the deal.
So 3rd down and 2. That will end the first quarter. As we end it, your score, Westfield 14, Bethlehem Christian 7. We will come back with more right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
Welcome back here to Knights Field. Still in between quarters here, but now Westfield going to come out, and soon Bethlehem Christian going to follow suit.
Yeah, 14-7 so far here. Bethlehem Christian facing a 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 2, short 3 here to start the second quarter.
Pretty big play here. Westfield trying to get off the field on defense, and Bethlehem Christian trying to hold serve.
Well, and I'm not sure this may not be 4-down territory for Bethlehem right here.
Could be. Give to the running back up the middle. No. Play action pass. Wide open receiver out here. Going to turn upfield and be pushed out of bounds by Walker Young. That is number 2, Ty Whiting.
Obviously, the outside linebacker.
I tell you what, this quarterback's pretty impressive.
He is.
Yeah. He throws a good ball.
Outside linebackers got to get out into the flats and cover.
Yeah, that's a tough deal right there because you're thinking 3rd and short, probably going to be a run.
Right.
And all that is a long handoff.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah, out in the flats. I mean,
but it's a tough throw and catch to make right there. So that's pretty impressive by those two.
Right, I always found that it was easier to throw the passes upfield or down the field than it was the angle on the ones to the side, or just you got to be on it.
They're tough,
especially if you want the receiver to run with the ball after the catch.
1st and 10. Westfield trying to get set. Now the quarterback's going to run a draw, making a few people miss, and finally brought down after a short gain. Going to call it 2nd down and 6.
That's Seth Andrews again on the play. We've called his name several times already.
Right. Seems like Bethlehem Christian is trying to change the strength of their alignment, and Westfield's having trouble getting set.
Yep. Yeah, we're trying to shift to the strength, and it's giving us problems. But each time it seems like we've been a little out of whack there, but we've come through and ended up making plays.
Right.
It says a lot for being tough to
only
block.
Only a 2-yard gain when you weren't set at the snap.
Right. It makes me think, why even move at all? I mean, if you're that strong across the front, but I understand you want to match up.
Yeah, well, you're trying to get your strength the right way.
Yep.
Quarterback's very tall for them, too.
Yep.
Touch pass here. Going outside, nowhere to go. Hit hard right at the original line of scrimmage. That's a loss, I think, on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now.
That's Ryan Powers with the first contact.
I can tell you what, Ryan Powers can really move.
Yes, he can.
He is a good-looking athlete.
And he's not scared of contact either.
And I love it when I see him on those just little simple stand-up routes to the outside. I mean, you get the ball to him in space, and normally he's going to have probably a 6-yard cushion. I mean, that's just easy pickings. So 3rd and 9 here. Westfield trying to get the football back. This, like you said, Coach Champion, maybe 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think it is.
Straight drop back, going to go deep. Man open behind the defense, and that is another touchdown for Bethlehem Christian.
Tell you what, that was just a bad angle right there.
Yep. Defender got lost.
I guess he thought the ball was underthrown, but
trying to get the receiver's number on that play.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen balls that whoever's going for it or whatnot has not read it right, engaged where it was.
But again, a good throw and catch.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Quarterback is really accurate on his throws because that's a low percentage ball.
Absolutely. Well, it's just a throw and a prayer, it seems like, but it's worked twice for him.
So we are tied at 14 here on Knights Field. We'll stay here and get ready for the Swanson House kickoff. So Westfield got some adjusting to do on defense, but their offense is humming along right now, and they'll try to make it 21-14 when they come out here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you're Westfield, you're glad that you got that turnover when you did earlier.
Yeah, I feel like Westfield has played pretty well defensively, except for a couple of plays on the back end.
And that's what we saw last week from the Hornets. You gave up a couple big plays in the first half to Creekside. Then you made adjustments at halftime, and you're able to pretty much put the game away. Of course, Westfield did have the benefit of what was his name? McNeil? The quarterback last week went down with an injury.
Yeah, right. Went down with the concussion.
That limited Creekside, but I tell you what, Westfield had really started putting the clamps down on them in the 3rd quarter. So hopefully Westfield can figure out something here defensively in the 2nd quarter and get to halftime with a lead.
Brady Logan set to kick off here for Bethlehem Christian.
And number 3 is Blackman.
Walker Young and Noah Blackman back deep for Westfield.
The kick.
That'll be a short kick.
That's out of bounds.
May go out. Yeah, I went out of bounds.
And that's
way upfield.
That's past the 35, so doesn't it go spot where the ball went out of bounds?
It's the spot plus 5 yards, I believe.
Is it?
So they're gonna mark it right at the 34, I think.
Yeah, I thought it went out here closer on this side of the 35, but I guess.
Yeah, so not a great kick there from Brady Logan, and Westfield will have good field position here. See where they mark this thing.
This rule had actually changed a couple of years ago, so you can either take it at the 35, or you take it at the spot plus 5 yards. I believe is the rule, and I think that's what they're talking about with Coach Fitz now.
Well, if you're taking a spot plus 5, why would you not do that here?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
But if it goes out of bounds on the 10, you take it on
35.
Exactly.
Right.
It's be an illegal
procedure. What do you do if you decline it? Is it a re-kick?
No, I don't think you have a choice to decline it.
Oh, so you can't.
Well, I think you can force a re-kick. See, look there.
So
that was the spot plus 5.
Pretty much exactly there, Coach Camp. That's why we have you.
No, Coach Champion.
Coach Champion, excuse me.
Don't call him Coach Camp.
I am juggling about 3 different things
I'm
here.
ugly,
so
but I'm not that ugly.
Yeah, but we're just getting on Coach Camp here, Brant, not you.
Give up the middle, no. Keep by Vining, going to keep his fullback, and now, just barely tripped up past the 45. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line. Gavin Vining for an 11-yard gain, I think.
Marker, yeah.
Keeper, Reed, on the tackle.
It's going to be right at. I gave my wife a shout-out. Now her buddy, Miss Christy Mooring, wants a shout-out.
Uh-oh.
They're all listening tonight.
You've got to get – so it looks like it was a first down. He signaled first down.
Yeah, now the chains are moving. They're moving
close.
late, but they're moving.
It was close.
And 10 for the Hornets.
Vining rolling out, looking to pass. Got a man open deep. Oh, great defense.
Yep, nice play. Is that 17?
I think so.
Undercutting the
That's
route
Connor
there. That's
Hilton.
Connor Hilton.
Yep, that was a nice play. Ball was a little bit underthrown.
Yeah, it's a
But
tough.
was catchable if he doesn't make that play.
Yep. Tough
Well-
completion, good throw, just not exactly where you needed it. Needed a little bit more arc underneath it.
If nothing else, it's helping to keep the defense honest too.
Yep.
Because it puts that in the back of their head. Hey, we can't throw everybody down in the box and expect.
No, you got to do that. I mean,
Right.
you got to loosen them up.
Give to Kalmbach straight up the middle. He's going to push the pile forward for a couple. Going to be third down and a manageable 6.
Yep. There's your 4 yards that you need.
Yep.
4, and then now, how about either a jet sweep, a counter, or probably I'm calling a fake up the middle and a keep from Gavin Vining.
Well, that would be a pretty safe call in my
Right.
book.
I mean,
Yeah, probably one of those.
plus if you get close,
Well,
is this 4 down territory?
Well, they're running that midline right there, which you got to be really disciplined to run it. You know, Gavin, if he pops it, he's gone.
Going to give it to Walker Young on the speed sweep. Going to cut it upfield. Oh, tripped up by his ankles. We're going to get a flag. I think it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get a hold.
Thing on Ryan Powers or Ricky Black.
Well, it's one of those things where if you're going to run that play, run it to your sideline.
Yep.
Because if you run it to the opposing sideline, they're going to be yelling holding no matter what.
Yep. And as close to
But
the middle of the field as the hash marks are in high school football.
I think the guys in the stripes got that one right.
Yeah. Or excuse me, as wide as they are in high school football.
53 and a third from the sidelines.
Holding against the offense.
So holding on Westfield, it'll still be third down, but now it's third down at about 14.
Yeah, that's a big penalty, especially on third down.
Yep.
Right.
It would have been about a 4th and 1. They elected to make it third down again.
Let's stop the Hornets right here.
If you're Westfield, you kind of like that. It gives you another chance. You can run what you want to run here, and maybe you can pop one.
I think they may have gone for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I don't think there was any doubt.
Dropping back to pass, under pressure, running outside. Now he's going to try to scramble. Now throws it deep. Jump ball and intended for Ryan Powers, broken up by number 2.
Whiting.
Yeah, Ty Whiting.
Yep.
Great defense by that. So the defense stands tall for Bethlehem Christian. And now we'll see our first punt of the game. Number 62, Cole Miller.
Yep.
Going to come on and punt.
Cole's actually worked really hard. You don't usually see punters that wear number 62.
And start on the offensive line as well.
That's because he's a lineman. But Cole's worked really hard at it, and he's really worked at trying to get that thing to turn over.
Right.
He's gotten pretty good at it, I'd
he's
say.
actually done a pretty good job punting for us this year. But he's one of those guys you hope you don't have to use him in that role anyway.
Almost blocked. Good job getting back there, and that'll hit at the 30 or the 35 and roll a little bit and then bounce back. It ends up being fielded right at the 36-yard line. So that is where Bethlehem Christian will have it.
Is that the announcer's jinx?
Yeah, you know, it didn't go backwards and it didn't go sideways.
Yep.
So
He probably got what?
20 yards.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Something like that. That holding penalty proves really big right there because you go from a 4th and manageable 2 probably, which you're going for it,
Right.
to 3rd and 14. Bethlehem having a little substitution issue.
And Guthis will take him up to the line of scrimmage.
So Guthis in the shotgun. Going to have a quarterback draw here, dancing around in the backfield and hit around the line of scrimmage. Not going to go much further than that. Westfield's defensive line has played a really good game, especially Seth Andrews. We've called his name 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I know he's got
early in this game.
4 or 5 tackles already on the night.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job of collapsing in. And really, the quarterback draw has been about the only success that.
Well, and quite honestly, at this point, they're running just to keep us honest.
Yep.
You know,
probably
to use the play action and that kind of thing, because you've seen what the game plan is.
Right. 3rd and long, we're going deep.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Westfield bringing pressure, going to throw the out route, caught, going forward for a couple of extra. He'll be close to the first down if he doesn't have it.
It's going to be a little short, I think. Going to be about a yard short, I would imagine.
Ty Whiting on the reception, I think is what they said.
So now if you're the Hornets, you got to worry about that little out route that they showed you the last time in 3rd and short.
Right. You also got to be disciplined here not to jump off sides.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The old no play.
Straight drop back, going to throw that out and too high. It'll be 4th and 1.
So were they going to go for it no matter what there?
Yeah, I think that's...
I don't know. The route was open. It just overthrew it, and that looks like the BCA punt team is going to come out.
4th down and 1.
That's an interesting play call, 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're I'm pretty sure they don't think they're going to pick it up on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, what
and
this
again,
game has shown
the route was open. The throw was just high.
Yeah.
Back deep.
What they've shown us so far, I don't know that I wouldn't have done the same thing.
Good
Jay
kick.
Fulford is going to be your punter, and he's going to make that sucker turn over, and it's going to bounce straight up.
Really good kick.
That looked like my pitching wedge right there.
And the ball will be down.
It'll be down right at the 20-yard line, and Westfield will have it there.
Over there, 1st down and 10.
So Westfield's defense, Westfield is forced to punt for the first time. Then Westfield's defense comes around, stands tall, and force a punt of their own.
Now we've turned into a defensive battle.
Well, I mean, here's
We
the
got a
thing.
football game now.
Obviously, if Westfield can eliminate the big play, they've got a good chance to get off the field.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 big plays is the difference right now.
And right now, Westfield's waiting on another big run. Get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Handoff up the middle. I want to say that was Kalmbach who got it, but I'm not sure.
Yep, that was Kalmbach.
Yep. It looks like he got about 5 or 6 on that one. He's 2nd down and 6, 5.
And tackled by a host of Knights.
That's the down play.
Yep.
Right there out of that with your deep motion. They can also come back to it with that jet motion.
And 6 for the Hornets from their own 24.
What a good read.
I totally lost the
tackling
ball.
like
Vining just dragging people.
Yeah, he just read that perfectly. Like you said, that veer play.
Yep.
Coach on the outside, nothing doing on the inside, so he pulls it. He's been very efficient in the mesh.
Well, and for a sophomore to be able to read something like that is really impressive.
Yeah,
Well,
when you're trying to run that triple option type of scheme out of this defense or out of this formation, you got to have a quarterback who can do it quickly. And there are a lot of quarterbacks who are seniors that can't do it.
Well,
the mesh point is so difficult.
Yep.
Making sure you've
got a defense on top of you.
Well, and that's that midline read that he's got to make, that he's had so much success on, like he did last week.
Right.
Kalmbach tackled after a short pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
That almost looked like a trap play right there.
Yeah, that's just
quick hitter trying to bounce it out, make it look like it's a pass play. The one thing I love to watch is to see Coach Fowler when he starts getting in a play calling groove, and it's like, man, bam, bam, and everything's working off the other thing.
Yep.
There's that give on the counter. Porter Falk going to bounce it outside, weaving his way through, still on his feet.
Great vision right there.
Yeah, it was, and he's finally wrapped up and brought down around the 45.
Well, and also a great job by the offensive line, because that was a big-time hole right there.
And that's enough to move the chains for the Hornets. It'll be 1st down and 10.
When your running game is having success, it means your offensive line is doing a good job.
Absolutely. And the one thing that also helps finish that run off is both him and Gavin Vining. Porter Falk and Gavin Vining have such a good ability to finish runs, not be brought down by the first contact and finish the run, get those 2 or 3 extra yards.
And Vining was going to keep it on that midline, it looks like, but we got a flag.
Yeah, looks like we're going to get an illegal motion.
Yep.
And it's going to be a false start.
Whatever you want to call it.
Against the Hornets.
No matter what, it's 5 yards.
Yep.
And that's what you don't want to have happen right there, because now all of a sudden you're in that 1st and 15.
Down and distant.
Call those drive killers in the business.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Now it's 1st and 15, and Westfield's going to have to pick up some chunk plays here, and you'd rather do it on the ground.
It's so important for run offenses to stay ahead of the down and distance, because you get behind schedule, and now you've got to figure out, how do I get an 8-yard pickup instead of a 4-yard pickup?
Vining going to keep it. He's hit around the original line of scrimmage, but he's going to drive his feet and pick up 5.
Just hard to tackle.
Yep. So that's a gain of 5 or 6, we'll say. It'll be second down and 11, it looks like is where they're going to mark it. So I thought he got further than he actually did. Second down and 11.
But again, if you pick up 4 or 5, now you're back in third and medium on this third down attempt. Now you could see Westfield run something and bust one, which would be ideal.
Absolutely. That's you're never going to have a problem with a 50-yard touchdown.
No, even just like you said, a 20-yard first down. Looks like Ryan Powers is having some trouble.
Wasn't real sure what the play call was.
Yep. Falk going to go in motion, going to have a screen out to Powers, and it looks like Falk was motioning out there. Yeah, Falk was motioning out to be the lead blocker on that play. I absolutely love that play design. They've run it 2 or 3 times this year.
Tell you what, though, he's got to be careful because if he gets that ball out past the line of scrimmage, that's an illegal block downfield.
Yep.
If he engages downfield, I've seen that called multiple times in college.
It'd be actually be pass interference.
Right.
Is what it would be. Well, we know why he was looking in. He was trying to figure out what route he was supposed to run right there.
But I've seen that called multiple times this year. I think it got called in the Clemson Notre Dame game.
Yeah, it has to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, or you cannot engage in the block until afterwards. Vining on the keeper here on the option, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of 7.
So a good run right there. Great fake. Another magician-like job from Vining on the option play. Second down and 3 here for the Hornets.
Number 51, Cody Kraft.
So how important is this to finish off this drive? We talk about it every week, Brent, how important it is to score at the end of half.
Well,
yeah, you've taken 4 minutes off of the clock during
really
this drive.
Like to take a little bit more time off the clock so they don't get an opportunity to get behind you again.
Vining just going to run that quarterback sneak. He'll have close to the first down.
On the carry.
I think you may be short here.
Tackled by a host of Knights.
Run the same play.
Right.
Seth Andrews thinks it's a first down.
Well, we'll see. They're not whistling to stop the clock to measure. It's still running.
No, it's definitely short.
Third down and 1 is what they're going to call it.
Third down and less than a yard.
Same play. Vining, he's going to have it.
Yep, looks like they're going to mark it.
On the quarterback keeper.
One thing I like there about Vining, he recognized all the defenders coming up, and he didn't do the normal just stick his head down and plow forward. He kind of leaped.
Find the bubble. Find the bubble.
Yep.
Find the biggest crease you have and get skinny.
Yep, he leaped right there to ensure that he got enough on the quarterback sneak.
And that's enough to move the chains for the Hornets. First down and 10 for Westfield.
First and 10, now under 2.5 minutes to go in this one. Westfield wants to get a touchdown on the board before halftime here.
Ooh, nice block there by Cameron Kallenbach.
That's some really good acceleration by the ball carrier. Who is that? Walker Young got hit in the backfield by his own blocker. Ended up bouncing off of that and just exploded forward for a good gain.
Well, he needs to buy Cameron Kallenbach supper tonight because he gets blown up if Cameron doesn't meet that blitzing linebacker in the hole.
And you can tell that that's going to be a part of the game plan for the Knights moving forward, Coach Champion, is they got to send more bodies into the box
to be able to throw the ball.
I apologize for what I'm doing with the camera right now.
Here comes the jet motion again to Porter.
Gets around the edge. It looks like he's going to be tackled down inside the 10.
Yep.
That's Falk on the carry.
Brant's trying to get some tight shots for y'all. So, again,
it's
doing the best he can.
There's a post right to the left of where I'm pointing the camera right now. And it's trying to keep it as out of the frame as possible.
For your Knights.
So you score 14 all, but right now Westfield knocking on the door here in the red zone. And that was a bugaboo for Westfield early in the year, Coach. But it seems like they've been able to solve it the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've cleaned that up, definitely.
Vining going to carry around left end. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets.
So
great play there.
What a drive.
Yep. Great drive. Took about 6.5 minutes off the clock. Now 1:16 left to go here in the second quarter.
Both teams, I think, still have 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
So still plenty of time for Bethlehem to try to score before half.
Yeah, but you did your job right there. One,
absolutely.
you got the score out of it, and 2, you left them with short time.
Right, and how much of that those long drives like that is going to affect as you get into the deep into the game how much
creates
it's going to tire.
It creates a lot of doubt.
Right.
Sam Johnson's extra point is up.
And good.
And it is good.
Ends up on the baseball field.
Yeah, their baseball field's kind of built into a ditch here.
It's in a hole, that's for sure.
Yep. So as we head to our Swanson House kickoff, it is 21-14 Westfield with 1:16 left in the first half. We'll see how Bethlehem Christian answers. Oh boy, that's just not right.
What? Right. Trying to get the camera back?
Yeah, my camera angles. Man.
We were on a cord there.
Yeah, we sure were. Now I got it. Oh, that's not good. Sorry, I apologize if I'm making anybody sick.
God, Brant, what are you doing? I'm kidding.
Working with what's given to me. So Sam Johnson set to kick off here.
You know how it is. Sometimes stuff isn't ideal. It's not like being back at the Hornets' nest.
Yeah, we do. We have a pretty solid setup there at the nest.
The athletic director must really take care of y'all.
Yeah, he does something like that.
I mean, you know, we can't complain too much.
For the Knights.
So Sam Johnson is going to handle the kickoff duties this time, and
I always thought it was Jimmy Beelan who took care of us.
Well, it is. It is that. Him and Dale are the ones that take care of y'all.
Yeah, I know we're lost when Dale doesn't show up.
Yeah, you had a poor PA announcer that night, didn't we?
He didn't do too bad in a fill-in job, you know. Hey, I've been on the receiving end of one of those.
Yeah, I was going to say you had to do it one time.
For baseball. I actually enjoyed that, to be honest with you. That's a pretty fun deal in baseball.
Yeah.
You can be a little bit more loosey-goosey in baseball with it than you can in football. So Bethlehem going to have the football on their own, what is that, 28-yard line?
29? That's what we're going to call it, 28, 29. Somewhere in there. Somewhere between the 25 and the Kentucky Fried Chicken logo.
I know, they're trying to make you hungry here.
Yeah, they are that.
So minute 10 left. They're at the 28.
My mama calls that wet chicken. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
Like the original recipe, she likes the crunchy one, not the original recipe.
I prefer the extra crispy as well.
Yeah.
When I'm getting my
we're getting hungry up here.
Yeah, I got to stop talking.
Yeah, we are trying to call a football game here, guys. Straight drop back pass
that
thrown.
Is a long throw.
It is. Tripped up. Great job, Ty.
Yeah, nice.
Great job holding on. Pass caught by number 2, Ty Whiting.
Yeah, Walker Young on the tackle. If he gets loose, he's running for a while.
Yep.
That is
only picks up 5 and keeps the clock running as well.
That's a 30-yard throw to pick up 6 yards.
Same play the other way and thrown short.
I feel like that ball got nicked.
Possibly.
Either that or it came out of his hand wrong.
Pass intended for number 5. Josh Adams, I thought.
Yep.
Third down.
It's hard to see from.
Yeah, they got these dark uniforms on dark numbers.
They're easy when they're on this side of the field. When they get to the other side, it just looks like a navy blue jersey.
Mm-hmm. My glasses have been broken for a couple of weeks now, and still haven't gotten them fixed, so can't see that far.
Wait up.
And had
looks like we called a timeout. Looks like we called a timeout. Yep. Timeout Westfield.
Westfield's going to call a timeout with 44 seconds remaining. We'll take a timeout, too, and come back with the last few seconds of the half right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back to Knights Field, where they're playing September.
Yeah.
By Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Remember? It makes me think of the Trolls movie.
And the Bethlehem players are out there dancing a little bit.
It's a good song.
Yeah, no doubt. September and November.
Is it kind of like a disco song?
Kind of. Third down and 4.
I mean, that's your generation, right, Chip?
Yes,
So,
it is. I resemble that remark.
Going to throw that out route, and I think caught and going out of bounds. We'll see if they say completed it.
No, I think it was incomplete.
Yeah, it was incomplete.
Yep. So an incomplete pass. Now it's 4th down and 4. Westfield's defense holds up. Now there is 38 seconds left. Bethlehem Christian going to force to punt the ball back here.
Come after it.
Do you kneel it out?
You
get it?
You come after it if you don't get it.
You send 10 here, I think.
Because you're going to get the ball to start the second half anyway.
Yeah, Westfield's going to play their standard punt safe defense. Ooh, he takes a long time to get that off. I may go after it. May look at that and think go after it again in the second half, but that's going to take a nice Knights roll and be down right at the 20. So 27 seconds left. I imagine we'll see a kneel out here, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, you might can run a play and just hope you bust it.
Maybe.
You got 2 timeouts?
You got Gavin Vining, who set records last week.
Yeah.
So
maybe put Coleman Williams in that fullback slot and that little quick hitter up there. See if you can't bust it. At least if you bust it for maybe like 20, you could throw one to the end zone or something.
I mean, I think that's your hope is you run a play right here, and if something happens, it happens. If it doesn't,
right,
it's not a huge deal because you do get the ball to start the second half.
Looks like they're going shotgun.
yeah, they haven't seen that much this year. So Gavin Vining going to take it in the shotgun, going to worm his way for a gain of a few, but I don't think they're going to get much.
With the quarterback keeper.
And Westfield going to take a timeout.
Almost like a single wing.
And we have a timeout.
So after a gain of 5, Westfield going to take a timeout. We'll stay here. It'll be a short one.
Well, you can't take the timeouts with you.
Nope.
Right.
And
you might as well.
So you got 1 left with 16 seconds. I never stopped the clock. That's the way to go, BT. So you got 16 seconds left on the clock here. 21-14 your score. Westfield is on top of the Knights of Bethlehem Christian. Big region matchup here from Bethlehem, Georgia.
Keep in mind, folks, Westfield will get the ball to start the second half.
Yep. Westfield was a beneficiary of a big-time interception on Bethlehem's first drive. And so that kind of has worked itself out into a 7-point lead here for the Hornets.
Yeah, that's sort of, if you had to say a play of the first half, that might be it.
Right.
Yep. Westfield back in that shotgun. Vining dropping back to pass. Going to heave one up, and it's going to fall incomplete.
He had him too. He had both receivers out there. Ryan Powers was running the seam, and he was open.
Intended for Blackman.
And Noah Blackman was also running the outside, and he was open. I don't think Vining got enough time to step into the throw.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5, 11 seconds left. Vining going to drop back to pass, going to step up in the pocket, hit, escapes. Now he's going to run forward for a couple, got a flag on the play, still breaking tackles, and finally brought down just shy of midfield. This one's going to come back, but it's an offensive foul, so they can choose to run out the clock if they just would rather. Westfield's running to the locker room.
Holding against the Hornets.
That's declined, and that'll be the end of the first half, so we will head to our halftime show as well, right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Westfield up 21-.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the field, a successful outcome is the ultimate goal for every team. At Houston Healthcare, our team of healthcare professionals is also dedicated to providing successful outcomes to the patients we serve each and every day. From Houston Medical Center, Perry Hospital, or one of our 3 med stops to the sidelines and locker rooms of our high school athletes, our team is focused on providing quality healthcare that leads to successful outcomes for the patients we serve. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care closer to home.
I use ice cream as kind of for medicinal purposes, you know. It just puts me in a good Moo.
This would be so good for dinner.
Very crispy. Spicy.
A little tang.
A crunch.
El crunch.
There's a lot of bacon on this thing. It's just oozing.
Delicious.
I just want dessert.
Give me some.
Very indulgent.
This is delicious. Shaky goodness.
And the nice crunch.
Oh, that's dangerous.
What about the tots? Tots are everything.
There's no such thing as a pretty eater.
You're a pretty messy eater.
I'm more of like a neat eater.
Glad we can eat in the car so nobody can see that. Oh my God.
How are you guys eating so slow? I'm almost done. No, you have a giant mouth.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding. I always like to stay inside the car. We can be loud and nobody tells us to be quiet.
That's like a shoulder compliment.
Nobody's judging you for what you order. You can get one of everything if you want.
When you're in the truck, it's judgment free.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities.
Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between a variety of clubs. There's culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y.
I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club and Tri High Y and Key Club, and I also dance.
For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job, and I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
Houston Healthcare is an award-winning multifaceted healthcare provider with locations throughout Houston County, including 2 hospitals, 3 urgent care med stops, Women's Center, Heart Institute, surgery and rehabilitation services, and a variety of physician practices, serving the needs of residents and patients from all over Central and South Georgia, with over 2,000 healthcare professionals committed to providing the best possible healthcare for our community. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care, closer to home.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the field, a successful outcome is the ultimate goal for every team. At Houston Healthcare, our team of healthcare professionals is also dedicated to providing successful outcomes to the patients we serve each and every day. From Houston Medical Center, Perry Hospital, or one of our 3 med stops to the sidelines and locker rooms of our high school athletes, our team is focused on providing quality healthcare that leads to successful outcomes for the patients we serve. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care closer to home.
I use ice cream as kind of for medicinal purposes, you know. It just puts me in a good mood.
This would be so good for dinner.
Very crispy.
Spicy.
A little tang.
El crunch.
El crunch.
There's a lot of bacon on this thing. It's just oozing.
Delicious.
I just want dessert.
Give me some.
Very indulgent.
Now, this is delicious. Shaky goodness.
And a nice crunch.
Oh, that's dangerous.
What about the tots? Tots are everything.
There's no such thing as a pretty eater.
You're a pretty messy eater.
I'm more of like a neat eater.
I can eat in a car, so nobody can see that. Oh my god.
How are you guys eating so slow? I'm almost done. No, you have a giant mouth.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
I always like to stay inside the car. We can be loud and nobody tells us to be quiet.
That's like a shoulder compliment.
Nobody's judging you for what you order. You can get one of everything if you want.
When you're in the truck, it's judgment free.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities.
Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, They help you with some like problems that they'll give you like some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have. Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y.
I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club and Tri High Y and Key Club, and I also dance.
For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
Houston Healthcare is an award-winning multifaceted healthcare provider with locations throughout Houston County, including 2 hospitals, 3 urgent care med stops, Women's Center, Heart Institute, surgery and rehabilitation services, and a variety of physician practices, serving the needs of residents and patients from all over Central and South Georgia, with over 2,000 healthcare professionals committed to providing the best possible healthcare for our community. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care, closer to home.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
On the field, a successful outcome is the ultimate goal for every team. At Houston Healthcare, our team of healthcare professionals is also dedicated to providing successful outcomes to the patients we serve each and every day. From Houston Medical Center, Perry Hospital, or one of our 3 med stops to the sidelines and locker rooms of our high school athletes, our team is focused on providing quality healthcare that leads to successful outcomes for the patients we serve. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care closer to home.
And welcome back into the halftime show here from Bethlehem, Georgia, the campus of the Bethlehem Christian Academy Knights. Westfield is on top, 21-14. Coach champion, and I hope I have the right mic on, but yeah, it is.
Most people
Good.
are hoping you got the wrong one on.
Right. Anyways, but just a great performance from an offensive perspective for Westfield there in the first half, but you probably on the defensive side of things, a lot left to be desired there for Coach Kinsler. But I think that last possession, the real possession where they were able to get the football back, was probably what you're going to see and the adjustments you'll see in the second half. Well, and hopefully Westfield can come out and really stymie that.
Yeah, it's sort of a head scratcher because you really sit here and you feel like we've dominated the football game.
Right.
And then you look up and we're only up one score. Part of that's just those couple big plays that we gave up. And I'm sure, Coach Kinsler is making that adjustment that we cannot let those guys get behind us.
Right.
Because if we can keep everybody in front of us, we're in good shape. Offensively, I think we did exactly what we need to do, other than a couple silly penalties here and there that seemed like stopped a couple drives for us. But, for the most part, we've dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and now it's just a matter of taking this second half kickoff and putting together another drive like we finished the half with.
Right.
And that way you give yourself a little bit of breathing room,
right?
And you feel a little bit more comfortable anyway.
Right. Increases that point spread there to 2 scores, and like you said, gives you that feeling of comfort in knowing that, hey, if we give up a play, we're still up another score. So hopefully Westfield can come out. I would say the only thing that's been left to desire on offense for Westfield is just a passing game, but they had a big pass play out to Ryan Powers there on the last scoring drive that helped things out. So, but some of the deep passes were there. You could tell there was a good opportunity to hit some big plays that Coach Fowler was taking. I think, like we talked about, more than anything, it's helping at least keep Bethlehem Christian honest.
Well, you got to keep them honest.
Right.
You can't let them creep everybody up into the box, because then it makes sledding just a little bit tougher. So people have to understand that threat is there.
Right.
I mean, because reality is there are no secrets. Everybody's got film on you and all that stuff. They know you got to stop Porter on the jet, and you've got to stop Gavin on the midline.
Right.
You do that thing, you make us a little bit more one-dimensional.
Right.
So I'm sure part of that's we want to try to loosen them up, but part of it too is we need to work on some things.
Right.
And,
I agree.
We got to get better at those things, and they've worked on them every day in practice. I was down there the other day and watched them do a bunch of throwing, and I think we know that. It's just a matter of you got to go out and execute it, and we've had opportunities.
Right.
Give Bethlehem credit. They've taken advantage of a couple of big opportunities. Now,
absolutely.
If you just look at everything, we're probably a much better football team. Especially take away those 2 long throws.
Right.
This thing is probably a little bit. Everybody's resting a little bit easier,
right.
I guess.
It's more lopsided. I think you're maybe going to see a heavy dose of Gavin Vining in the second half. I felt like there towards the end of the first half, his keeper off the midline, like you were talking about, was opening up a lot. And I think that has to do with the success that Westfield's had on the outside runs, obviously the toss, the jet sweeps, and then also the counters. And now you haven't really established the fullback as much as we've seen in past weeks, but I think do you start utilizing, like you talked about there in the first half, utilizing those motions and those fakes to the plays that have been working that could open up maybe the quarterback keep, maybe some of the inside gives to Kalmbach or Coleman Williams if he pops in there. So now you've got pretty much the whole gamut of the playbook.
The whole playbook, and that's what you do. I mean, you run the jet, just to free up the middle runs, the traps and the dive and those kind of things, and you throw the ball to loosen them up a little bit where you can run the ball. You use play action a little bit. We had success there a couple times. What we would call the keep pass. We had some success with that, but that's part of being successful on the run and being able to make that throw off the play action look.
Right. So that'll kind of wrap up our halftime show. I do think that Westfield has a good opportunity to come out here in the second half and, like we talked about, just extend the lead and try to build some comfort there in it. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the start of the third quarter. Westfield is up 21-14 at the half. We'll be right back right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia
Oh, I'm going. Okay. Welcome back here to Knightsfield. Both teams getting warmed up, getting ready to take the field for the start of the second half. Westfield up 21-0 on the Bethlehem Christian Knights.
And we'll see if, like what Coach Camp and
Golly, y'all are killing me.
Coach Champion and I talked about there at halftime, whether that starts to come to fruition. We're about a minute and a half away from starting this second half. They're into the stretching time, if you will. So we're almost close to our.
I've always wondered why they added that 3 minutes right there.
I don't know. I don't ever remember it whenever I was playing.
It's only like 4 years old that they added that, and I've never really understood why.
We did it every year that I played.
Yeah. Really? Has it been that long? Mm-hmm. Golly, I'm getting old.
Yeah, I started it. I was a freshman in 2013. And we've been doing it ever since then.
You was a freshman in 2013.
I was. Freshman in high school.
Golly.
Mandy needs to hurry up and get back. The camera's right there. She's going to miss the first few plays, but about a minute left here in halftime, but I think we pretty well hit on all the keys of the second half here. Westfield keep with that run game, control the football, make sure that they don't turn the football over. I think that's really the only way you're going to see Bethlehem being able to threaten deep into the fourth quarter in this game.
Well, you can't do anything silly.
Right.
You know, especially if you can take this ball right here and get you a good methodical drive and get points out of the deal. You've got a pretty good chance. You know, you take a lot of their will out if you shove the ball down the field right now. The doubt will definitely come into play for them, and you will have to wonder, is it really worth it to finish the thing out the way they want it to?
Well, and my thought is I think that Westfield has probably a roster advantage, and the success of the run game so far sets up pretty well to have worn down this Bethlehem Christian defense by the time you get to the latter part of the third quarter, fourth quarter. Unless you turn the football over, then that may change some of that. But right now, Westfield's in a great position to really get a stranglehold on this game.
All right, before the second half starts, I got a question from you from the legendary Kevin Talbert. His question is Bethlehem's music better than Westfield's basketball music?
Current basketball music or Kevin Tolbert's basketball music?
Kevin Talbert's music.
I don't think anything that exists out in the marketplace is better than Kevin Tolbert's basketball music. He had some of the best. Danny Camp needs to go take lessons.
There you go.
That one's fielded right there. Is that Smallwood?
Yep, that's Bishop Smallwood.
So Smallwood taking it down hard at the 28-yard line, so Westfield will have possession there to start this second half. We'll see if Gavin Vining can come out here, and folks, bear with me, it's Brett Taylor on the camera, so there's no telling what kind of camera shots you're going to get.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of a swap around here. just to.
I got Coach Champion
to try new
in
things.
this closet that we're in.
Yeah, I got Coach Champion squeezed
It's a
up
walk-in
against the
closet,
wall over here.
Kevin Talbert said exactly.
So coming out in the usual wing T formation for Westfield. Gavin going to take it around left end. And looks like he may have enough for the first down.
Give him 11 on that.
On the quarterback keeper.
So great job right there of keeping the ball on the outside. Looked like he slipped a little bit, but was still able to keep his footing. So ball's out to the 40-yard line of the Hornets. First down and 10 with 11:40 to go here in the third quarter. Westfield on top, 21-14. I did not pick up a number who made the tackle there. Another keeper here. Good block on the outside there. And just fighting through, Gavin Vining picks up 9 right there.
Same play to the other side.
Right.
And for a total of 20 yards in 2 plays.
So, again, what we talked about in the first half, had trouble stopping the jet sweep, and Coach Fowler went to it multiple times. And if they can't stop it, you're going to run it until they can.
Exactly.
Second down and 1.
So, 2nd and 1 here for the Hornets. Like, is that Sam Johnson bringing the play in from the sidelines? You don't see that a whole lot anymore in football, having a receiver bring in the
he's
play.
Actually at wing back. We're shuffling some people around at those positions.
Just a strong run right there. Kind of got some penetration in the backfield, but did enough to pick up almost 5 yards on the play and picked up another first down for the Hornets. So, yet again, it sounds like a broken record, but Gavin Vining is doing his thing, coming off a record-breaking performance last week, an all-time for the Hornets rushing performance, and he's come out here and playing just as well here tonight. He hasn't broken off the huge run that we've seen, but I'm sure that may be coming.
That's Noah Blackman on the jet sweep.
Yeah, I think that he's going to pick up close to 9 on the play. Right now, you can really see Bethlehem getting tired
Second down
on this drive. Westfield's imposing themselves, imposing their will.
Seems like Westfield's just a little bit faster than Bethlehem Christian. They get out on that edge, and it's just tough for them to keep up.
To the point of attack, I would agree. Coming back here to the near side, and a cut up right there by Porter Falk. And he's going to go into the end zone, I believe. He's out there in front, and that's a touchdown, Westfield. Porter Falk with a huge touchdown run on the jet sweep.
It's going to be 37 yards on the carry.
Tell you what, that was exactly the type of drive you want coming out of halftime. That was a statement drive.
That was absolutely perfect. Got a couple of like medium chunk plays over and over. You get first down, and then a big one to bust it open.
72-yard drive. Ball spotted at the 28, right?
Yep, something pretty close to that.
And maybe 2.5 minutes off the clock. So that's up and good. And that was Sam Johnson on the point after touchdown. And Westfield now on top, 28-14 with 9:33 to go here in the third quarter. We'll stay here and get ready for our Swanson Restaurant kickoff.
Makes you feel a little bit more comfortable now.
Yeah, I tell you what, like you said, it felt for the whole first half like we kept giving Westfield such good accolades, but they were only up 7 points heading into halftime, and it just felt like the game should have been a lot more put away, if you will, than it was. So now you see the point spread increasing more for Westfield, the deficit. Bethlehem Christian has really relied on the big play so far in this game, and Westfield, you would think it's got to defend against that, have that in the back of their mind to try to make sure they ice this game away.
Well, I'm sure there were some adjustments at halftime to keep people in front of us.
And Sam Johnson.
If you think you're deep enough, take another step or two.
Absolutely. Go more.
Looks like a fumble.
Yep.
I don't think so. I think we got a flag down there.
I know there's a flag.
Yeah, I can't make out whether it was a fumble over there and a flag or if it was just the flag.
Doolittle on the kickoff return.
Looks like the defense is out there. Now what the penalty is, carrying on conversation about it right now.
Who's he talking to, Coach Fitz?
I don't know. No, they're out there.
I can't see. Oh, I see him now.
He's on the other side of our huddle.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure if he's talking to one of his partners or if he's talking to. Yeah, it looks like we got a herd of zebras out there trying to decipher what's what.
Who's who in the zoo?
Well, now they're going to come over and talk to Coach Fitz.
I don't know if I can get any tighter in on Coach Fitz over there. I would like to get.
I don't know that you want to get real tight on him.
No, we do. We want to see
what happens over there.
Yeah, just see if you're going to have any fireworks that you have to put out on Monday.
I hope not. I got enough stuff to worry about.
I know.
That's for sure. No, everything looks.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it's
pretty kosher over there.
Maybe it's something Westfield gets to make the call on here. We'll see. Holding.
Yep. It's going to be declined. First down, Bethlehem.
Holding against the Knights.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not real sure about that one. Why we would?
I don't see a disadvantage to accepting that penalty.
First down and 10 from the 29.
I'm not going to question it.
Yep.
Yeah, there might have been something we didn't see, I guess.
Yeah, or something we don't know.
Could be that too. There are a whole lot of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that run, that was number 5.
It's Josh
Adams, the running back.
That's it.
And he's going to pick up almost 7 on the play. Just a little tall sweep. I was a little thrown off right there by Westfield trying to shift mid-play almost.
Yeah, you're going to have to adjust out of that because if they keep going to the weak side where you're still trying to bump to the strong side, there's no one over there to cover that.
Yeah, so that'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 3 for the Knights of Bethlehem Christian.
That's really the only
positive running play.
Yeah, the big running play they've had.
Right.
Yeah, and there goes Westfield trying to adjust for it.
As Ethan Guthis under center, and Adams breaks off a couple tackles, and looks like he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
He broke the first tackle, but then there were 2 more Hornets over there to make the play. Look like Gavin Vining and Noah Blackman were over there. We've called both of those names a bunch tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, Noah Blackman kind of set the tone there with the interception on the first drive for Bethlehem Christian to start the game. And Gavin Vining with the big tackle there. Obviously, he's playing very well from the quarterback position. Josh Adams, a very nice-looking freshman running back for Bethlehem Christian. You got to think that there's a bright future there for that youngster. Coming out, Guthis in the shotgun formation. Takes the shotgun snap. Going to run a little speed option on the outside to Adams, and he's going to be tackled short of the line to gain.
Let's see where they end up marking it. I think you're right. I think it's going to be short.
It's going to be awful close where they're marking it right now. I don't know who made that tackle. It looked like Vining again in on the tackle.
Yeah, he may have gotten it with a second effort.
Yeah, it looks awful close. Looks like they're going to measure it.
The initial contact looked like he was short, but he kept driving his legs. Now, here's an interesting question. If they come up short, and it's real close, do you punt it?
No, I think you got to go for it down 2 scores.
So we'll stay here and check the spot and see what the chains tell us. Zoom in real quick here on the first down marker. We've got 7 minutes and 19 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And again, like we said, Westfield on top, 28-14.
Let's see. It's going to be awful close.
Yeah.
Just short.
Just shy. Wow.
So
I don't think you have a choice right here. I mean, I think it's one of those things. If you can't get a couple inches, then do you really need to win the football game anyway?
Absolutely.
Right. Well, here's my only thing about that is you're not a running team.
And problem is you're not under center a lot.
Right.
Which
so
means you're
got to run 4 yards to pick up a half an inch.
Right. I think you've got to go under center and just run the sneak right here.
At minimum, I think you've got to try to draw off sides. If you try it a couple times, you got to play in your back pocket. But here's the thing, sometimes you outsmart yourselves, you try to draw them off sides, you end up drawing one of your guys off, and then now it's
then you're punting.
4th and 6.
Yep. Yep, looks like they surged forward and got it.
Yeah, it got all the way to the 40, so that's a first down for the Knights. So good job right there.
They went on a no count right there.
Yeah, just as soon as the center feels the quarterback touch him.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play. A really, really late flag.
I almost felt like the center, that just looked weird, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
That's not illegal. We did that at Perry High School. That was one of my favorite things to do as a center was snap on touch.
Yep, go on touch.
Yeah, but was everybody set?
Yeah, that is true. Everyone has to be set, and that's on the quarterback.
Right. Oh, it's a sideline warning on Westfield.
Yeah.
Sideline warning against the Hornets.
Well, that's still good, I think, from a defensive perspective for Westfield. You came out, you forced them to go for it on 4th down. Now let's just try to do a better job on 1st and 2nd down, and not make it as easy or manageable on 3rd.
Yeah, you got to try to get them behind the chains. You can't have you can't expect stops on 4th and inches.
Right. A lot of discussion.
Another conversation over there. Coach Fitz must be asking the officials where the best place to eat is in town.
Yeah, they got an official just standing over the ball right now.
Well, and the white hat and another official over there on the other side having a conversation about something.
I think it's about the latest book that they read.
No, we know that's not the case because we know Fitz can't read.
Can he really not read?
Yeah, Brett, he's a.
I know he can read a.
He's a high school
read a
coach.
baseball lineup.
Yeah, he can read. He can make out a lineup.
If I'm a defensive lineman, I'm probably standing at that ref saying, "Hey, what do you think's going on over there?"
Yeah. Oh, I'd be careful.
He just kind of. I think they were trying to talk to him, and they just kind of pushed him back, said, "Back away from the ball a little bit."
Is there even really a need for Noah Blackman to have knee pads on?
Don't say that loud because he's really illegal.
Yeah. Look how high those are.
Yeah, he's wearing some gym shorts right now. Daggum skill guys.
Hey man, you got to have that range of motion.
I was a pulling guard. I needed range of motion too.
Looks like maybe we figure things out here. I don't know. It's 9:14, folks, and we got a 2.5-hour drive ahead of us. Let's start.
That's a good point.
Let's start ramping this thing up, baby.
Yeah, I have a 2.5-hour drive ahead of me.
Yes, you do.
Because you can't see in the dark.
Well, yeah. Nobody wants me driving you around at 10 o'clock at night.
Amen.
I see things that aren't there.
Right. 1 o'clock.
Back to football.
It's 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10, shotgun formation sends a man in motion. Going to fake the handoff to Adams, roll to his right, looking to throw back across the field, and that ball hits the deck.
Yeah, it skipped.
So
and that back judge was right on top of that.
Yep.
Trying to go back to that play that has been so successful against Westfield. Almost like a kind of a flood pattern out of the shotgun, that backside drag.
Yeah, they had success on that a couple times in the first half.
That was almost like a quarter roll, if you will. He didn't really fully roll out like a bootleg, but got out enough looking for that drag coming across from the backside.
He's moving just enough to shift the attention to that side.
That was almost the type of rollout you see on a throwback type play or a wheel route to the backside. Georgia knows all about that from last weekend.
Man, you're busting on.
I don't know what was going on with that. They never covered the wheel route. As he scrambles out here, a lot of pressure, throwing downfield, and a man wide open. Wow, what a play. And yet again, Westfield beat deep on a route. So that's not what you needed if you're Coach Kinsler and the Hornets.
It's got to be frustrating as a defense. You're playing really well, and then all of a sudden they hit you for 40 yards on one play.
Right. I mean, he got behind the defenders, and the Westfield defender tried to undercut the route and couldn't get his hands high enough to knock the ball away. I did not see who Guthis got the ball to. As y'all mentioned before, these numbers are near impossible for me to make out.
Especially on the other side of the field.
Right. Shotgun formation. Looked like he was trying to draw. He's got a lot of pressure. Going to throw the ball away. Receiver was in the area, but ball was high and away out of bounds. So good pressure there from Westfield. Guthis just had to sling it out of bounds. So that'll bring up second down and 10 with 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. Number 15 for Bethlehem Christian, that's David Walterhouse going to check in.
No, they made a couple of different substitution changes there.
Yeah, wholesale changes, but Guthis going to come and get the play here on offense. We'll see what they come up with. I would bet, if I'm a betting man, it's going to be some sort of rollout pass play. He likes to roll to his right. We hadn't seen him roll a whole lot to his left.
No, well, it's tough for a right-handed quarterback to roll to his left and make a good, accurate throw.
So good play out there in the flats.
That deep out again.
Right, and that's going to be close to another first down. I think he's going to be just short.
Yeah, he's going to be a couple of yards short.
Blackman with the tackle.
Noah Blackman on the tackle. I didn't make out who the receiver was. Was that Walterhouse?
Again, it's hard to tell.
That may have been Walterhouse.
Those jerseys get wadded up a little bit, and threes become 8s.
And 2.
So 3rd and 2 for the Knights. 6:04 to go here in the third. And coming in and gets hit, looking to throw deep, and they're going to call a flag.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to see that because that post is in the way.
I think they're going to get Noah for pass interference on that.
I think that's going to be a pass interference. Not sure if he made contact or not, but that's one of those that looks like he makes contact. So we're going to get the call. There is no more face guarding.
No such thing as face guarding, but if he makes contact of any kind with him,
you can't play through the receiver. You've got to.
It's going to be a foul.
Right. Which I think at the high school level, officials are going to be more prone to call pass interference in those type of situations regardless.
They're going to protect the offense on those kind of plays.
That has been the trend in rules from a football perspective. It has turned into a more offensive game.
Well, nobody wants to come watch a 7-0 game.
Oh, I do. The game of the century, LSU Alabama, was awesome to me.
I saw a state championship determined 3-2 one time.
So he rolls out looking for the throwback, and it's going to be blown up. What a great play right there. Is that Noah Blackman?
Yep, that's Noah Blackman.
Yeah, he just scooted around. That was number 72 or 78 out there trying to block him.
It was 18 on the reception.
Yeah, Lawson Wooten, but I think 78 Josh York had released downfield to block. They tried that slip screen to the outside, and Noah Blackman just blew it up.
That's one of those plays you prepare for all week, knowing that outside screen's coming.
Right, that's going to put it back to a 2nd and 15. What a great play right there.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yep, that's a great job defensively.
I'm going to have to use your screen now to do this, Brent.
Good luck.
Anything in the left corner of the end zone just going to be a no-go for me.
The good thing is he's rolling right. Was he inbounds? Touchdown.
There was a touchdown right there, rollout, and hit him on the outside. And again, Westfield just cannot defend the pass tonight.
I don't know what the deal is, other than this quarterback is a good player. I mean, he dropped that one in a bucket right there. Yeah, no, that was a great throw and catch, and it looked like we had it defended pretty well.
Well, the one thing, Westfield did not give up a huge play on that drive, but Bethlehem was able to just kind of weave its way down the field in the pass game and completed the touchdown pass, and now it's a 28-21 score. So how big is that separation in the end of the first half?
Yep.
Because right now, Westfield has traded scores with Bethlehem Christian. They're up 28-21 with 4:53 to go here in the third quarter, and it's right now I think it's a must drive for Westfield because you haven't been able to really stop them a whole lot offensively, defensively. You've had the one drive where you were able to stop them in the first half, and then right there you thought you maybe were going to get off the field, but 4th and inches, as you mentioned, it's going to be hard to stop any team from picking up that 4th and inches.
I tell you here, boys, I'd watch for the onside kick on the Swanson House kickoff because Bethlehem Christian has not had much success stopping Westfield tonight, and they may try to steal that possession back that they gave up to begin the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And how big is that interception on the first possession of the game looking now?
Absolutely. I'm going to try something here. What y'all think about this, boys?
Go for it, you madman.
What y'all think
don't
about
drop the camera and kill somebody below.
What a call, Brant.
Well, we covered up. Who is that? That's Smallwood again.
I'm just trying to see if I can position this bad boy to get around those columns. We'll see if it helps any. Yeah, I can switch with you.
Yeah, well, we're doing a little two-step over here.
Yep. Hey, sometimes
it's always interesting.
You got to do that.
It's always interesting.
Yep.
Kind of like being over here in the corner with the computers. Don't have to worry about anything else.
I can assure you don't want me over there.
So Westfield comes to the line of scrimmage. Typical wing tee. Gavin Vining going to keep it around the left end, and he's off to the races. Gavin gets tracked down at about the 35-yard line, and going to be a 15-yard penalty to tack onto that. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds would be my guess.
Yep. Don't know what else it could be over there.
You see the flag there in the middle of your screen.
So that's going to be
I think he went out close to the 35. Or no, the 30, excuse me.
It's going to be roughly a 40-yard run.
Right.
Plus.
That's going to be down inside the 15-yard line, I think.
That's a huge play for the Hornets.
Well, that's the first time we've really seen Gavin get out in the open field.
Against the Knights.
Yeah, that's a huge answer. Now we got to find a way to put it in the end zone.
Which tonight has not been difficult, but still, we have seen Westfield struggle at times in the red zone. So getting things set here, I'm not quite sure where the football is. That one's handed off to Kalmbach up the middle. Carrying defenders inside the 10-yard line. Maybe down to the 9.
Yeah, it's going to be down to the 7, maybe the 8, 9-yard line there.
And tackle by host tonight.
Maybe getting a little chippy down there, too.
A little conversation going on anyway.
Right.
That's for sure.
The official trying to clear some Knights and Hornets out of the way. Kalmbach with the big run. Picked up 5 on the play, we'll call it. I think he got down close to the 9-yard line. Maybe just to the 10, but we'll see.
So the officials are going to talk to the captains right there a little bit and tell them to clean all that up.
It's a good job of officiating.
Preventive officiating there.
Yep.
And he's telling them, come on, guys, play football. you're going to start talking and jawing, then we're going to start throwing flags. And what you don't want to have happen right here is somebody get ejected and have to miss the next ball game.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with trash talking a little, but don't let it go any further than that.
Well, there's always some talking down there.
Oh, yeah.
But
nobody talking about nobody's mamas down there on the field. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Let you play do the talking.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I tell them. You want to be remembered for your play, not your attitude.
So 2nd and 5, send a man in motion. Going to fake it up the middle, keep around the left end yet again by Vining.
Looks like he's going to be down to about the 5.
Yeah, he's close to a first down. I think he may be a yard short.
No, he's going to be a little bit more than that according to the sticks over there. It's just hard to see from this angle. It looks like they're going to be about a long 2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I can't tell if he's at the 6 or the 7. But it's at 3rd down and 2 is the call. That's where it looks like the line of scrimmage will be about 2 yards short of the stick to gain.
3rd down and 2.
So 3:19 to go here in the 3rd. Going to give it a Falk around on the jet sweep, and he'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown Hornets, 34-21 your score.
That's a huge answer right there.
Yep. You needed that one.
So the Hornets extend the lead yet again to 14 as Bethlehem will not go away, but the Hornets will not allow them to draw much closer.
If you can, you're ahead now by 2 scores. If you score every time they score, you're in good shape.
Right. Well, you know, they say that defense doesn't win championships anymore. Offense does.
Yeah, I'm still not going to buy that.
That's the prevailing thought now.
I think the better saying is good offense now beats good defense. I think that's where we are with football now.
Well, I mean, rules nowadays
rules
are basically going to lean toward the offensive side, and, you know, that's tough for
Well, and Brant and I have this argument about once a broadcast that
the spread
football has become more of instead of a lineup and block and tackle and beat you that way, it's been more of a lineup and trick you kind of a sport these days. Especially with the stuff you see with the spread in college. It's all about,
you can block them with formation. Why block them with guys?
I mean, it's like Florida last week. A lot of the stuff they were doing was just basically trying to get you out of position and throw it.
Well, that's
throw it to where you ain't.
And you can't. It's illegal to cover a wheel route. Every Georgia player knows that.
Right,
man, y'all are killing me with this Georgia stuff.
Well,
man.
I'm just using that as an example.
I always try to kill you with Georgia stuff.
Yeah, I know you do. But who won the Georgia Auburn game again?
Oh yeah, you might not want to go there, Brant.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Not gut smells on, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
Well, although Auburn has been looking better as of late.
Yeah.
And Johnson to kick.
Gus always does just enough. He's the new Tommy Bowden, does just enough to save his job.
Yeah.
No, he's got a good enough agent who negotiated a huge buyout.
Jimmy
That's
Sexton,
true.
who holds half the SEC by the throat.
You remember when Tommy Bowden would do that year after year, and then he'd beat Florida State or he'd beat some big team, and he'd
win that one game.
He'd finish like with a 2 or 3 game winning streak, and they'd be like, we can't fire him. We're 1 year away.
Yep.
And then they hired Dabo off his staff. And that was the history.
And then they actually were a couple years away.
2 national championships later, and they look geniuses. 3:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Westfield on top, 35-21.
We have digressed.
We
we shall.
Guthis under center this time, and going to hand it off to the
looks
fullback.
like a fullback trap.
Yep.
Fullback up the middle, and nothing going there. Cavaretto not able to get much, maybe a yard.
That was
on
a
the
quick
play.
hitter if I've ever seen it.
2nd down and 9 with 2:51 to go here in the 3rd.
Seth Andrews again on the tackle. He's had quite an evening.
Yes, he has.
You ain't kidding about being difficult doing play-by-play and the camera.
Oh yeah,
it's hard to.
Trying to do more than one thing in this is it's not easy, especially when you have to deal with the inconveniences that we are presented with.
So shotgun split back look.
First world problems
with receivers on each side. Going to fake the handoff, looking to throw across the middle, and the ball picked off by number 2. And
Brody McDaniel.
Is that Brody McDaniel?
Yep.
So a huge interception, and that was pretty much exactly how the first half went.
Yep.
Westfield couldn't stop him, and then they get a key turnover.
Yeah, it looks like that ball was thrown a little bit behind the intended receiver.
Tight end never got his never got his head around.
Yeah, I just don't know. He couldn't slam on the brakes hard enough to prevent that from happening.
So Brody McDaniel with a big interception. I wanted to call him Noah Blackman, and then I couldn't figure out who was number 2.
That's my thing. Getting those two mixed up.
So football placed at the 21-yard line of the Knights. Westfield in the wing tee. Going to get just a quarterback keep, and he's going to walk into the end zone.
Fighting with the quarterback keeper.
Wow.
Yep, that was easy.
Yeah. They hit the easy button on that play call. Coach Fowler dialing it up right now, and now it's 41-21. And as you mentioned, Coach Champion, you start extending that lead out. How much of do you start to break the will of the other team?
Well, this is where the will to win starts going away. And I tell you what, the difference is it's turnovers.
Right.
Yep. These two teams have matched each other pretty much drive for drive, except for 2 turnovers that have led directly to 14 points for Westfield.
And I didn't want to say it because, turnovers have been our bugaboo at times early in the year, but it seems like we've done a pretty decent job of cleaning that up here lately.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, as that one is up and good from Sam Johnson. Tell you what, when you really look at the season so far, I think if you're a little bit better in those 2 games that you have the tie and the loss on in the red zone and from the turnover perspective,
it's a little bit different.
Probably looking at an undefeated team right now for Westfield. So, especially the Gatewood game, if you're more effective, more efficient in the red zone, you got to think you got a good shot of winning that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, woulda, shoulda, coulda kind of thing.
Agreed.
But this team has steadily improved throughout the season. I think we were a little shaky at times there in the first half. And, any coach is going to tell you still got things to clean up no matter what.
Well, you're relying on a lot of youngsters, too, when you think about it. I know you got some key positions that got a lot of experience on the offensive line especially, but you got a sophomore quarterback.
Well, but, honestly, we had some offensive linemen that didn't have a lot of experience to start the year. Now, at this point, you can sort of take that and throw that out the window because, you're, 7 games into the season now, almost 8 games into the season, so they're all veterans at this point. But, we had some kids on that offensive line that hadn't played a whole lot. But I think part of it is the kids have just bought in and they've worked and, they're starting to see fruits of their labor, I guess is the way to put it.
Right. 42-21 your score here with 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Westfield leads the Knights of Bethlehem Christian.
First down and 10 for the Knights.
It will be a 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Knights and Guthis will come out at quarterback. He's got a running back to his right, 2 receivers left, and 2 receivers to his right, and he's getting pressure. And he's going to escape the pressure. He's going to throw it, and the ball is caught. And that is, I cannot make out the number.
Pass is complete to Ty Whiting.
That's Whiting on the reception, Ty Whiting. So 1st down and 10, a great job of eluding the pressure there by Guthis, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Hornet 44-yard line.
Quarterback made that play. We had some good pressure. He just slipped right through 2 of our guys and bought us some time.
I think Cal Langston got back there.
Cal and Cole Miller, I think, were the 2 back there.
Right. Couldn't get him down. They got half the battle done, but I tell you what, the hardest part, it seems like, in football is to get the quarterback to the ground.
Well, now in football, you can't hardly get him to the ground without a penalty.
That's true. Shotgun formation, wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and he's getting pressure again. He's going to be sacked in the backfield, and that is, let's see, number 16, Brady Greer.
That time he couldn't get away.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Greer's a little bit more fleet of foot.
That's true.
Well,
he was on him in a hurry.
Well, that and he just didn't look near as comfortable rolling to his left as he does to his right.
That's a good point. I mean, you roll him to his left. It almost looked like they were going to set up some sort of throwback situation, roll him to his left, because they had one receiver to his right, 3 to his left.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, he's not as comfortable, and you can definitely tell that Guthis struggles rolling to his left. 1:12 to go here in the third, and it's second down and forever. That ball is going to be thrown, and there's nobody out
nobody
there.
for that one.
He got hit as he threw that one. Greer coming off the edge again.
So 1:05 to go here in the third. That'll stop the clock. It's third down and 21.
Well, that's going to be third down and Monticello, I think.
Right. Yeah, I think they're going to just have to get over the Jasper County line.
Home of the legendary Danny Camp.
No, but that's Hillsboro, not Monticello.
Well,
you got to say
Jasper,
right.
Jasper County.
Yeah, but you know how he gets about that. If you he's not from Monticello. He doesn't live in Monticello.
He gets a little stirred up about a lot of things. So.
Well, I'm glad softball season's over, to be honest with you.
Well, as much fun as it is having to share the office with him, yes, I would agree with that.
And you know how uptight he gets during softball.
No, he's real relaxed, right?
Yeah, he was going to be real relaxed during the championship week.
Uh-huh.
Shotgun, snap, looking to throw, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, there's
Sam Johnson, but I don't think that's going to be an automatic, is it?
No, it's not an automatic first down. It's 15 yards and replay.
So that'll be I think 3rd and 6 will be. So is that going to be pass interference or is that going to be holding?
That's pass interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tackled him as the ball was in the air, and I don't even think he needed to.
Against the Hornets.
I think the ball was overthrown.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
When you're holding a jersey, a lot of balls.
But it's hard,
that's true.
It's hard to tell.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
We'll call it, because it was about 3rd and 21.
Yeah. A big difference.
So 3rd and 6 in shotgun formation with 2 receivers to each side. And running back to his right, he's going to drop back. He's being flushed from the pocket, and he's going to be sacked yet again.
Ryan Powers on the sack that time.
Ryan Powers and, again, Brady Greer both in on the play. But as you said, I think Powers got there first. But a lot of Hornets in the backfield, and then just got to throw that one away and give yourself a chance on 4th down. Now you got to punt it.
Yeah, you'd have no choice but punt it right here.
It's Westfield's pass rush showing up tonight for the first time on that drive.
Here in the second half, we've done a much better job of at least making him uncomfortable.
So 4th down and 21. They lost all 15 of those yards that they picked up on the first 3rd down play.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they are going to be able to eat the whole clock.
I don't think it will. It'll be close.
Yeah.
I don't see. Where's the play clock?
There is no play clock. The officials will keep it on the field, so that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter.
So at the end of your 3rd quarter, Westfield is on top, 42-21 as we head to the 4th quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with the rest of the ball game. You're watching Westfield Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Christian Academy as part of
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the Schools One Act and several plays like Player Club and Tri High Y and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
And welcome back to Bethlehem, Georgia. Westfield on top, 42-21 here in the start of the fourth quarter. And that ball fumbled around by the punter and gets a decent kick away. Going to hit at about the 30-yard line and roll inside the 20. And it'll be down at about the 12-yard line, it looks like. So Westfield will have the football on top by 21 points here with 11:48 to go in the game.
I predict a couple of trap plays, some inside keeps by Gavin Vining. I don't think they're trying to pop anything here. I think Westfield's just going to try to run this clock out. You're up by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, you want a slow, methodical, clock-eating drive and
run the play clock down as much as you're comfortable with.
You'd like to score with about 6 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
But truth be known, you just soon score.
So running is that Billy Jack Gregory?
Yep.
Or is that Ricky Black?
That's Billy Jack Gregory going to take a loss.
Yep.
Looks like
Gregory on the carry.
Looks like they tried to run the jet sweep, and a good job by the Knights.
Yeah,
he's going to lose
about 6.
Something like that, 6 or 7.
Loss of yards.
So to bring up 2nd down and 17, we'll call it, from the 4-yard line?
Yeah, it looks like it's almost on the 5. I'll give him the 5.
So
at this point, you don't do anything silly.
And 17.
There it goes. Okay.
Send a man in motion. Getting handed off there to the outside. I think that's Porter Falk.
Yep, Porter Falk on the carry right there.
Not sure how much he
looks like
got.
You're going to get about 1 or 2 on the play.
Right.
And give him a little bit more than that. Maybe long 2.
So just want to get that clock moving.
Well, and at this point, you want to give your punter a little bit of room. Make sure you don't do anything silly. Turn the ball over right here.
3rd and 15 for the Hornets. So pick up a 2 on that play. And I would just keep the ball here in Gavin Vining's hand. As you mentioned, don't do anything.
I would say you're going to see midline right here or that quarterback counter.
Right.
Something to that.
Don't do anything that puts the ball in danger as far as a turnover.
Nope.
Don't want to give up an easy score. Ball is handed off. Counter play. And Porter Falk going to pick up the 1st down. Goodness gracious, what a run.
Yep.
He just carried a couple of defenders, and he's going to get the 1st down by about a yard. 3rd and 15, and they run the counter, and the Hornets pick up the 1st down.
They get
with
about
a
17.
17-yard pickup, yeah.
Man.
Well, that's one of those plays that if you get it, great. If you don't, we can settle for the punt. But nice job right there.
Well, now you're right back into what you're talking about in the zone of trying to burn as much clock as you can.
Yep, you want to grind it at this point.
Running the midline here, Gavin Vining.
And Vining carries to the 31.
He's going to pick up about 7 yards on that run. Tell you what, Gavin Vining is not a fun person to tackle.
No. It's not like he's going to punish you on contact. He's just
he makes himself
tough.
He makes himself real skinny, but at the same time he's running with power.
He's just hard to get a hold of and keep a hold of. And like you said, he makes himself skinny in the hole, and then he also finishes the run and he grinds his feet.
Well, he's
and
slippery.
He just kind of runs through the tackle.
Yeah, he's slippery.
Man in motion right behind him, going to look to pass out to Ryan Powers. Good pass, and he's going to get upfield. Pick up another 1st down.
Powers.
So 8:49 to go here in the ball game. The Hornets on top, 42-21. 1st down for the Hornets after the stand-up pass out to Ryan Powers.
From their own 38.
And the clock will start moving yet again, and not going to be in any hurry here, as you mentioned, Coach Champion, just trying to run the clock as much as possible. If it finishes with a score, that's wonderful. If not, hey, you want to burn off most, if not, half of this 4th quarter if possible. So coming to the line of scrimmage, send a man in motion, and looks like he's going to keep it up the middle. No, cut back across the grain. He only picks up a couple yards on that play. Looked like that play was supposed to come to this side, but he cut it back to the other.
Yeah. But again, just keep the ball between the sidelines and keep that clock moving.
You know, watching so much Georgia Southern football with the broken bone, with the old flex bone, ham bone, whatever you want to call it, that's been one of the most. And one thing that I think that Gavin Vining has started to master is sometimes when you miss that handoff and you should have given it to the fullback, just follow that fullback right up in there.
Just follow the fullback.
He becomes a lead block. As there's a keeper off the right side, Gavin Vining, he's got yardage out to the 30-yard line, we'll call it. Maybe 33. And he's going to pick up a first down, bring up 1st and 10 inside the 35-yard line of the Knights. So down to the 33-yard line, Gavin Vining with a huge pickup to bring up 1st and 10 for the Hornets there. 7:32 to go here in the fourth quarter.
First down and 10, Hornets from the Knights 33.
So we'll see if Westfield keeps this on the ground. I would assume so. Send a man in motion, going to hand it off. Is that Sam Johnson? He's going to cut back upfield.
That is Sam.
And picks up maybe 4 yards on the play.
Whiting on the tackle. And also Kraft on the tackle as well for your Knights.
Good run right there by Sam Johnson. Did a good job by putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield for extra yardage. Picks up almost 5.
Second down and 5.
It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 5, short 6. Brent working out the kinks here in his right wing.
Yeah.
It's computer elbow.
Yeah, it's my shoulder. I got a loud shoulder.
So
just wait till you get my age. You got loud everything.
Bless.
Back in the wing tee, handoff to Porter Falk. He just breaks tackles.
Yep.
He just slings people off of him. As you mentioned, the weight room has been such an improvement that you can tell this year.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And I think he's got enough for the first down, and that'll move the chains. And we're almost under 6 minutes here. Westfield got this football to start the fourth quarter after, I think it was 11:48 on the clock after the punt.
Yeah.
And they had it inside their own 15-yard line. They got pushed back inside their own 10-yard line, and then they were able to pick up a big first down on 3rd and 15. And now it's 1st down and 10 inside the 20. Hand it back off to Porter Falk. Gets hit hard on the right side. He's still churning, moving towards the end zone, and he's going to score a huge touchdown run from the 22-yard line, I think. That'll push the lead to 48-21. Westfield on top of the Knights of Bethlehem Christian with 6:12 to go here in the fourth quarter.
How do you like a 96-yard drive as the cherry on top of this one?
Well, and the better part of it, you ate 6 minutes off the clock.
That too.
There's nothing like burning half the quarter and then scoring at the end of it.
The Tommy Tuberville special.
Ooh, great job by the
blocked.
Great job by the holder to even get it down.
Yep.
But a good block right there by Bethlehem Christian. We'll stay here and get ready for our Swanson Restaurant kickoff. Brant, why don't we run through our sponsors real quick?
Why don't we?
Just let's thank them. We'd like to thank the ABE Group for sponsoring our pregame show. Synovus Securities sponsoring our starting lineups. Houston Healthcare for sponsoring our injury timeouts. I don't think we've had any injuries. The Westfield School, obviously the Westfield Booster Club postgame show. And then Sonic and the Swanson Restaurant. So we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We'd also like to thank the Mr. Coach Chip Champion for help filling in here tonight for us. Got
Mr. Coach Camp No Weight Champion.
Yeah.
Like Coach Champion likes to fill in from time to time, and we appreciate the help. Peyton is duty bound this weekend down in Fort Stewart, I believe. So doing some Army business.
I'm just happy you guys will keep asking me to do it.
Oh, we trust
bring
me.
some class to this organization.
Hey, we need some. We need some help. Definitely need some help.
Landon Waller going to be in the kick this time.
And Waller, number 19, to kick it away.
So Landon, we've seen quite a bit from Landon as well. He had a kickoff in the first half as that one's kicked and slid and caught.
Almost perfect right there.
Right, that's exactly what you want.
Yep.
I don't know what the deal's going on there. You got, looks like somebody wants to have some extra words. As you mentioned, don't need to allow it to get it chippy any because you don't want anybody to have to miss another game. Especially when this game is all but decided.
Yeah, this one's pretty much done in all but time.
Right. 6:12 to go. Westfield on top 48-21. Bethlehem Christian has the football on their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Knights.
Right above the KFC logo.
Right. Colonel Sanders would appreciate a haircut.
Coach Champion would appreciate some chicken.
That ball's handed off to Adams, good-looking running back. I tell you what, that's going to be something for Coach Lane to build on with that kid. He's got some good quickness, lateral movement, and he stopped after a gain of about 2. 2nd down and 8. We're inside of 6 minutes with 5:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 8 from their own 25-yard line. Shotgun formation, back to his right, 2 to his left, 2 to his right as far as wideouts go. Going to fake the handoff, roll here to his right side, throw out, and that ball is caught and will be enough for a 1st down.
And pass complete.
Catch made by number 9.
That's enough to move the chains. First.
That is Luke Sheets.
Yeah, well, that was another good throw and catch, and we actually had pretty good coverage out there. I think that was Billy Jack Gregory on the coverage this time.
Yep. A lot of times you can defend it perfectly, but still, good pass and good catch beats a perfect defense. Shotgun formation. He's going to drop back, looking to throw. He's going to loft it deep and going to be over his head.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Whiting.
So that will drop incomplete, stop the clock at 5:02. That was intended for Whiting.
Yeah, we had Gregory and Gavin Vinings on the coverage there.
Ty Whiting. He is a 6'1" junior, defensive back and wide receiver. Good-looking athlete.
Yeah, Whiting has been the favorite target for Guthers tonight.
Yeah, I would say that...
did I say that name right?
Guthis.
Guthis.
Okay. They've got... Bethlehem Christian's got some good-looking wide receivers on the outside. Speed option here to the near side to Adams. Adams spins off and is going to be tackled, I think, probably a yard
See where they
short.
mark it. I think they're going to give him the I think they're going to mark him with a 1st down.
No, he's going to be about 2 yards, long yard, 2 yards short.
Yeah, he's at the 46 and a half, and he has to get to about the 48. Well, now they're putting it at the 47-yard line.
Yeah,
so he's about a yard
they
and a
moved
half.
him way back from where I thought he finished.
Yeah, good yard and a half.
Yep.
3rd down.
So 3rd down and a yard and a half, we'll call it. Probably a long 1, short 2. And they were not set.
Run the option to the other side.
Ran speed option, and Adams gets to the outside. Wide receiver on the far side did not get set before the play.
No, it didn't look like it.
And that's enough to move the chain.
That's going to be a 1st down for the Knights.
So 1st down for Bethlehem Christian with 4:06 to go here in the 4th quarter.
1st down, Knights.
Looks like the Knights are going to take a timeout, maybe get a water break here.
Yep.
So we'll take a break with them. Westfield leads 48-21. We got 4 minutes and 6 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter. You're watching Hornet football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Ice cream is kind of for medicinal purposes, you know. It just puts me in a good mood.
This would be so good for dinner.
Very crispy, spicy.
A little tang.
El crunch. El crunch.
There's a lot of bacon on this thing. It's just oozing.
Delicious.
I just want dessert.
Give me some.
Very indulgent.
Now, this is delicious.
Shaky goodness.
a nice crunch.
Oh, that's dangerous.
What about the tots?
Tots are everything.
And welcome back. I want to say inside the Hornets' nest every time I do that.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not the Hornets' nest. We're up in Bethlehem,
it'd be
Georgia.
a shorter trip home tonight, wouldn't it?
You're right about that. And I tell you what, with the pass offense, we're knocking up against the 10 o'clock hour here. So
past my bedtime.
We're all going to be making it home except Coach Camp after midnight here tonight. Coach Camp will be home in about 20 minutes.
Depends on where I drop him off.
Yeah, you need to drop him off, I think, on the as soon as you get in the Jasper County line.
There you go.
Let him walk home. Or at least call Miss Sky and tell her to come pick him up.
She may not either.
Well, you know. He may have to rely on Peyton to come get him then. Of course, she's up here.
Yeah, I think so. She's.
It looks like
halfback
looking
pass.
to throw. And trying to fight back to the ball. That's one of those where it could have closely been called a pass interference, but no call on the play. So that'll bring up second down and 10. 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the game. Westfield again on top, 48-21, and the Hornets trying to keep the Knights out of the end zone here to end this contest. I think the deficit is going to be too much for the Knights to overcome, and the Hornets will move to, I believe it'll be 2-0 in the region.
And 6-1-1 overall.
Yeah, pretty successful first campaign under the Coach Fitzpatrick era, I would say. At least to this point.
Yeah.
Westfield has shown, let's call it marked improvement.
Yeah. So rolling out, trying to throw deep, and not going to get it. I think that's out of bounds, actually. So Guthis not able to get the ball out there to his receiver. And that was Whiting, I believe, or Sheets. That was intended for Luke Sheets. He's another junior, 6'3", 175. So, again, some size definitely for Coach Bruce Lane and these Knights.
And they did not have many seniors.
Right.
So it looks like, Coach Lane's got them turned in the right direction. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention during senior night to see how many of those kids play, but
obviously you're going to miss Guthis.
Yeah.
Third down.
So you got to find something, but you got, I think, a budding star in Adams at running back.
Yeah.
If you can, he's probably only going to get bigger with the weight room and all that stuff. So Guthis going to drop back, looking to throws across the middle, ball long, and that'll bring up fourth down and 10. 3:41 to go here in the game.
Almost looked like one of his receivers stopped running on him.
It'll bring up fourth down.
I tell you what, the ball comes out of his hand very good.
Yeah, he spins the ball well.
He now you can tell he definitely struggles with timing as far as that clock going off in his head to get rid of the ball because he's taking a couple sacks that he probably shouldn't have. But as far as arm talent,
and defensively, when you got a kid like that throws the ball well, that's what you want to do. Is you want to get him off his mark and make him pick himself up off the ground several times. Even if you don't get to him for the sack, you want him to get a little jumpy back there.
Right. Receivers to his left and right, two each. He's going to take the snap, drop back, and the shotgun. He throws deep right side, and that ball is incomplete, out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover on downs to Westfield with 3:33 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Incomplete.
He likes that flag pattern and the rollout to the dragging tight end from the backside.
And the pass was intended for Doolittle.
So I wonder if we may see a new quarterback come in. It looks like we are.
Rhodes Ham.
Rhodes Ham?
Yep.
We got to get our guy, what's my favorite name on here? Charlie Briscoe. Can we get some Charlie Briscoe action in here? Let me see.
You're going to get a lot of Briscoe tonight. He actually hurt his elbow in practice.
Oh, what a great name.
Sure. I hope you do. That's going to be Ham on the carry.
Rhodes Ham going to keep it up the middle. And
bring
up second down and 6, we'll call it.
The big thing is the clock keeps ticking. That's the only thing we're interested in at this point.
Yeah, we're almost under 3 minutes to go here, 3:09. So to bring up 2nd down and 6 from the Westfield 39-yard line.
2nd down and 6.
So Rhodes Ham sends a man in motion. That's Smallwood going to hand it off to him. Smallwood not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard. And again, as you mentioned, Coach Champion going to keep the clock running.
Yeah.
2:43 to go here in the game. 3rd down and 4, we'll call it.
So Cody Kraft and Gearin in on the tackle.
When you sit there and you look at Rhodes Ham, he's a pretty impressive looking guy out there for a freshman.
He can throw it.
Yeah, he can spin the ball really well.
Yep, I've watched him in pregame, and he throws the ball very well.
He threw the ball really well last year as an 8th grader until he got hurt.
That ball's handed off. Going to be a 1st down, I believe.
It's close. He might have gotten it with a second effort.
The second effort. I was anticipating he had a lot of space and got met in the hole, and they did spin him around, and he almost came up short, but he got just enough for the 1st down. Was that Bishop Smallwood yet again?
Wasn't sure who that was. It looked like, I don't know who it was on the carry.
1st down and 10.
Sam Johnson coming in, giving the play to Rhodes Ham.
And I think Westfield's at the point they can just kneel this thing out if they so choose.
You've got number 11, Ricky Black, out there at split end, but you've also got Bishop Smallwood, Rhodes Ham. I'm trying to see any of the other guys. Looks like you got a fumble on the play.
Yep, tried to run that read, and Rhodes Ham tried to hold on to it for too long.
So 1:28, and that'll be the first turnover of the game for Westfield.
Hutchinson with the recovery of the fumble.
So I tell you what, that's unfortunate right there, but you gotta like the fact that you've got a sophomore in Gavin Vining. You also got a freshman in Rhodes Ham, who are both going to just get better and better in this offense as you move forward.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a good senior class, but they're a small senior class.
Right.
So, you've got a bunch of underclassmen out there giving you good minutes, and, that's only going to pay off for us in the long run.
Right. So you'd like to see Westfield be able to keep everything in front of them. It looks like the safeties are backing up a little bit. 1:28 to go here. Getting in the I formation, and looks like you had movement from everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to be offsides is what this guy's on the near side's pointing.
Yeah, we jumped. I'm not sure we jumped offsides, but when you jump, you're going to get that.
Yeah, it's all about whoever moves first in that situation, and it looked like Westfield was just a little bit earlier.
And it looks like we're going to call timeout.
Yay. That's always fun. So we'll take a timeout with them. Westfield on top, 48-21. You're watching Hornet football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back inside. We'll call it Knights Field. I don't know what else to call it.
I think they've been calling it Knights Field on the PA all night.
Okay. So it's 1st down and 5 for the Knights at at the Westfield 42-yard line. Got a single back and going to toss it to Adams, and he's going to take a loss. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 11. No, 12.
And that was Goddard on the carry, loss of yardage.
Looks like they were trying to catch maybe Westfield thinking pass, and they snapped it to the quarterback, pitched it out on a toss, and they just had the single back.
From the Hornets, 49.
A minute to go in the game. Westfield still got most of its starters out there.
Well, we've got a few clean jerseys out there.
I see one here on the near side. Is that Billy Jack Gregory?
Yeah, it's Billy Jack over there. He's got some reps. I mean, for the most part, it is the starters.
And dropping back, throwing. That's a new quarterback, and that ball is going to be dropped.
Yep, we're going to get a pass interference on that one just a little bit early.
And there's a flag on the play.
Yep.
And the pass was intended for Dickinson.
Well, that's going to give them a first down.
Yep.
So that'll prolong things a little bit. Pass interference on Westfield.
The Hornets.
35 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Knights.
And it'll bring up first down and 10 for the Knights after the penalty. (48-21) your score.
For the Knights from the Hornets, 34.
They got the new quarterback in. That's number 4.
That is Ben Reed, quarterback, sophomore.
Yep.
He's 5'9". Got receivers left and receivers right. 2 of them, the back to his right. Going to snap the ball, looking to throw. Going to throw out into the flat. And receiver escapes. And going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line down there. I cannot make out who that is.
14.
That is 14.
And that's enough to move the chain.
That is Elijah Goodard.
Nice.
Freshman, 5'10", 150 pounds. So big play out there by Goddard, not Goodard. Not Gooder.
It's going to be first and goal from the 10.
And we have a timeout.
And we're going to have another timeout here for Westfield.
Timeout.
So we're going to take a break with them, and we'll come back. Westfield on top, 48-21, right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
We like to stay inside the car. We can be loud and nobody tells us to be quiet.
That is a shoulder compliment.
Nobody's judging you for what you order. You can get one of everything if you want.
When you're in the truck, it's judgment free.
On the field, a successful outcome is the ultimate goal for every team. At Houston Healthcare, our team of healthcare professionals is also dedicated to providing successful outcomes to the patients we serve each and every day. From Houston Medical Center, Perry Hospital, or one of our 3 med stops to the sidelines and locker rooms of our high school athletes, our team is focused on providing quality healthcare that leads to successful outcomes for the patients we serve. Houston Healthcare, advanced medical care closer to home.
Welcome back here to Knightsfield. Westfield clinging to a 48-21 lead with
Desperately
26 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, we're burning timeouts like this game's on the line. Anyway, sorry, that's just a little bit of saltiness for me because it's 10:08.
late.
But
past our bedtime.
Anyways, it is what it is.
And goal.
So first and goal here for the Knights. 48-21 your score with, like we said, 26 seconds to go. Dropping back is Reed. Throwing the ball, and that ball is knocked away. Great play right there.
Cole Williams looks like knocked that ball away.
Coleman Williams coming over and knocking it away.
Intended for Johnny Dickinson.
So 21 seconds left here in the game. And a great play by Williams.
And goal.
See if Westfield can stop them inside the 10-yard line. It has gotten chilly.
Just a little bit.
I got 58 on my watch, but
I got 54.
I don't know if that's doing, that may be a Perry temperature instead of a Bethlehem temperature. They're going to run the ball up the middle, and he's going to be tackled. We'll see if a timeout's called. Looks like they are going to call a timeout to stop the clock.
Bethlehem's going to call it.
We're going to stay. We'll stay here with this one. 13 seconds to go in the game. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line, 6-yard line.
6-yard line is what they're saying on the scoreboard, so we'll go with that.
So, big matchup next week. Undefeated teams in the region. It'll be for, I guess, the region championship.
Yep, it'll be for the region championship.
I mean, we're assuming John Milledge has won tonight.
Yeah, I think that's probably a safe assumption.
Right. So, I know it's going to be an underdog role for the Hornets, but I think more than anything, it'll be a measuring stick for where they are.
Well, it will be. I mean, it's a measuring stick. Honestly, for everybody in the state, because John Milledge is pretty good, but obviously, you got to play the game, so that's why we go over there to do what we can, see if we can knock them off on their home field.
Hey, a couple years ago, John Milledge got a taste of that when they went down to Frederica and beat a team that was
supposedly unbeatable.
Right.
They're attempting a field goal.
Oh.
So coming out in a field goal formation, a snap, kick is up, and kick is good.
And Brady Logan puts it through.
So it'll be 48-24. Let me ask you this, Coach. Would that have any effect, the score on the points
on the power ranking? I don't think so.
Okay, I wondering.
I know that point differential is involved in it,
right?
But I don't think it would make that much difference.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see that.
That was the only thing that I was, unless they wanted to give the kid a chance to kick it.
I'm sure they probably did. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. And I mean, I might have at least tried to score there on 3rd down.
Right.
At least one more play, unless they're out of timeouts, which I'm not 100% sure about.
Yeah, but if you throw the football, you think you'd get another opportunity.
You would think so.
But I didn't know if maybe guaranteed points they thought maybe helps them out.
I don't think that. I mean, it factors in.
Is there a way all 4 teams in the region can make the playoffs?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
So that's another thing I was wondering.
I don't know. I know that Bethlehem's down there a little bit, so I'm not sure even if they were to win next week if they would make the playoffs. But every little thing supposedly matters in that situation, so I'm not sure exactly if. From what I understand, there was the point differential is part of it, but there was a cap in there somewhere on point differential to keep
you from getting so much credit for a big blowout
and keeping some of the unsportsmanlike running of the score up.
So that kick down, I don't know, was that Noah Blackman?
Looked like it.
With the reception. How is his jersey that white still?
Well,
playing corner.
Yep.
Playing on the outside.
5 seconds to go here in the game. Looks like the ball is going to be down at the 19-yard line. And you would assume Westfield's either going to take a quarterback sneak or a knee.
Yeah, something on the ground just to.
Right.
Going to go ahead and predict knee.
And you got a 3rd quarterback in there, William Smith.
So is that number 6?
Yep, number
William
6.
Smith, sophomore quarterback, defensive back.
Yep.
So Westfield is going to win this region contest. They are going to run a play. It looks like a dive up the middle to the fullback, and he'll pick up 3, and that'll be it. So we'll go straight into our Westfield Booster Club postgame show. Westfield's a victor 48-24 over the Knights of Bethlehem Christian. And our Sonic player of the game, I'm going to go between, let's go Brody McDaniel and Noah Blackman. I think those two plays. And then obviously you got to go probably Porter Falk and Gavin Vining on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go with Noah on defense. I still think that interception on the first.
Huge.
But I'll throw another guy at you that we called a bunch of times on the defensive end, Seth Andrews. Yeah, I thought he played really well. And on offense, obviously, you got Gavin and you got Porter that gets all the credit, but also give that offensive line some credit because there were some holes there, for those guys.
Absolutely. So we'll keep you posted. Westfield will travel to John Milledge next week. for what's basically a region championship game between the two squads. We'll keep you posted on whether or not we will be able to broadcast that game and bring it to you. So be sure to check out Twitter and Facebook, and we will try to have that information for you sometime next week, early in the week. But Westfield wins a huge region matchup here, 48-24 for Brant Daughtry, chip champion. I've been Brett Taylor saying so long here from Knightsfield up in Bethlehem, Georgia. Westfield's a victor, 48-24. You've been watching Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.